Don't ever laugh as a hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in bloody sheets to drop you 6 feet underneath.
Tonight, we're jumping on the train and heading to Estes Park, Colorado, right here in the United States, and visiting the Stanley Hotel. The 142-room Colossus was initially meant to be open on July 4th, 1909, as a resort for upper-class Easterners. And boy, was there a lot of supposed hauntings. Listener discretion is always advised. All aboard the Midnight Train podcast.
Begin to decompose a slimy beetle with demon's eyes. Choose through your stomach and out your side.
Hello, passengers, and welcome to the Midnight Train podcast, where we bring the dark to light. Guess what? You guys know what that means because you've been here before, right? You know that we make fun of and joke about creepy shit. Wait. What?
Some people may not have been here before.
Well, guess what, newbies? We make fun of and joke about creepy shit while bringing you as much information on each topic as possible. Welcome, welcome, welcome if you're new or if you're not. I am your host, Jonathan Sayer. And with me are my co-hosts, of course, Mr. Moody and Logan.
What up, what up?
Applause is all around.
Yeah, that's good.
Also, real quick, I just want to make sure that everybody listened to that intro where you said that we joke about and make fun of creepy shit.
Correct.
Because apparently people don't listen.
Yeah, so I think maybe what we should do is create just one episode
Yeah.
where the entire time, no jokes,
No jokes, no laughing.
and the entire time it's, and of course, he walked into the room and stabbed her 37 times with a dull butter knife. I couldn't do it. I can't. I can't do it.
No, I get you. Like, just to see how people like it.
Listen, we know that murder and shit like that is not funny, but the idiots that do the kind of shit, that's funny.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean,
that's what we make fun of.
And you know what? Some of these episodes, you got to bring some levity to.
Because some of them are thick. So
that's how John likes his women.
That's how I like my. I'm stopping right now.
I was trying to get you in trouble.
Nope, not saying a word. So you beautiful bunch of dark passengers. Thank you. Yeah, I'm married. I have to be smart. Yeah. You guys know that we're just a bunch of musicians and assholes that love history and cannot get enough of the mysterious. We want you all to know how much it means that you're listening to us at this very moment. And if you don't know, now you know. Your reviews and support really do make all the hard work worthwhile. In saying that, please stop on over to Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening and give us a review, a good review. That'd be awesome.
I noticed that we got another 5-star rating, but there was no review with it, which, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we'll take the rating. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's more important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, real quick.
Just give us 5 stars and then underneath just put dicks.
With the ratings, it helps us on the charts, right?
Correct.
Obviously.
It helps us move.
Real quick about the charts.
Moving on up.
You guys don't know, but obviously we know. We changed our category on the charts to help us kind of get an idea of where we're at against other podcasts as far as listenership that are similar to us.
Correct.
Right. So I just wanted to say, first of all, it freaked me the hell out because I checked the one day and we were not on any charts. It said that we dropped out of every chart, and I was like,
yeah, that was me.
What did we do?
I fucked us up. Yeah.
And then I realized that John had switched the category, which is fine. And then I just want to say that the next day,
we were number one.
We were already we already popped up on 2 charts.
Yeah.
The next day.
Which charts?
Motherfucking Sweden.
Sweden, we love you.
Fuck yeah.
And fucking New Zealand.
New Zealand, yes.
We were instantly back on on the new category. We're back on the charts the next day.
Dude, I swear, we love you guys so much.
That's amazing to me.
Thank you for being just awesome and supporting us.
Everybody
the way
else
you guys
get your
do.
shit together.
Yeah, the rest of you motherfuckers. Catch up, mustard. So you guys, honestly, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the other places. Just type in the Midnight Train Podcast in their search bar and click the follow button. That'd be awesome. Hit the like button. Maybe say something about it. Tell your friends, all that good stuff. And you'll get each episode.
Your friends. That's
the big one.
Yeah.
And listen, our Patreon poopers, our Patreon subscribers, the producers of this damn show, you're going to be getting, we've got so much cool stuff in the works.
We do.
Like, so much. Not only do we have we just dropped the documentary that only they got to see first.
So far, yeah. When are we dropping that for everyone else?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Fuck them.
Yeah. It'll be coming soon. So just, go to our YouTube and subscribe there.
To the YouTube. It'll pop up.
Yeah. Click the little bell icon, I think is what it is. Bing. Yeah. And you guys are going to be getting an episode on Neil Falls, which I got some inside information on. I'm excited about that. Yep. We're also doing a famous
last words.
Famous last words. Like execution last words, which, by the way, is fucked up.
Yeah, there's some good ones out there.
Super fucked up. And I'm glad it's going to be a pooper episode of bonus because, dude, it's pretty.
We have the current serial killers.
Yeah.
There's some interesting ones.
We got all kinds of cool stuff coming up for you guys.
Good stuff down the old pipeline.
Yeah, so make sure you guys go over there and sign up. Go to our website, which is themidnighttrainpodcast.com. Up at the very top, you can click on it. There's actually a page dedicated to the poopers now, and I'll tell you a little bit because guess what? We're going to start doing a referral program once we get it figured out.
Yeah. We're going to have pooper points.
Pooper points. That's right. You guys are getting pooper points. Skid marks. For every time you refer, you get a skid mark. I don't know if we're doing that or not. I don't know.
We're working it out, though. We're always working on things that we can do to give you guys more since you're giving us so much.
Right. Absolutely. And
we appreciate it.
Yeah. You can go to patreon.com/the Midnight Train Podcast if you'd rather do that, or go to our official website, get some merchandise while you're there. Lots of cool stuff. And, we're going to be giving 10% to a specific charity once we get to a certain level where we feel like, obviously any amount is good.
Sense.
We want it to make sense and give like good portion to whatever charity that you guys, our poopers, get to pick.
Yep.
Also, in saying that, we have the Patreon only Facebook page, our regular Facebook group page, which is a blast, and so much more. But, you guys just get on there, type it, the Midnight Train Podcast, in the Google search bar, and just like everything.
You'll find what you
just
need.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Just do it, man. Just do it. So now listen, before we get into this, we got a listener message over.
We did.
Okay. We got a listener message. And I felt that it belonged in the beginning because how awesome the message is. Okay. So I'm going to read it. This is word for word. If there's any fuck-ups in here, whatever.
All right.
So, dearest Blackout, the Midnight Train Podcast guys. Oh.
All right.
A very close and sweetly dear friend of mine, he's a fan of mine too, turned me onto your podcast. You know him as Olive Chainsaw. Yes.
No.
Chainsaw. To me, he is my Ollie Boo. Yes.
Oh, no.
They go on to say 17 years we have known each other, and yes, I can still kick his ass regardless of what he says or how much he denies it.
Okay.
So to make a short story longish, the other day I was at work listening to True Crime Garage podcast, and that's a cool podcast. Yeah.
I've heard a few episodes. Yeah.
Right.
It's not bad.
And she says, I guess they are like your podcast rivals in a sense because they're kind of like us. I guess they kind of do what we do, right? Is that what they do? Maybe.
I've only heard like 2 episodes.
Okay.
And they were good. I'm not gonna lie. They were good.
And they are from Columbus. I don't
consider us to have rivals.
No.
We have compadres.
Right.
Companions.
Right. Like we hold hands, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, whatever. Goes on to say,
I'll give them a hug.
I don't quite understand how Ohioans work out that stuff, talking about they're from Columbus and whatever. So anywho, I decided it was music time, and I start rocking out to I'm Not the One, which is a song from Blackout Superstar. And if you guys don't know, that was a band that Jeff, former co-host, and I were in for a very long time.
Yes.
Wait, you were in a band?
All right, shut up. Anyway, while I was cussing out paperwork under my breath, I remembered about halfway through that Ollie Boy had mentioned your podcast. I, of course, texted him to make sure I remember the name right. I had it mixed up with Kid Rock's Midnight Train to Memphis and Journey's line Midnight Train to Anywhere. So you see, I had the Midnight Train part right.
Yes.
Allie Boo confirms it is Midnight Train Podcast, and so I fired up on my Amazon Prime Music app.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly, like 5 or 10 minutes into Gore Orphanage, my workday wasn't so grr and ugh and arg. Instead, it became more with pausing and nods here and there and pockets of muffled laughter. Let's fast forward to the near end of my workday on the wonderfully scientifically spooky podcast Friday. I was closing up my accounts and dispatch and remembered crap and a half. It's Friday. I start playing Whiskey Weekend. That's another song from Blackout Superstar.
Wow.
No earbuds for my earballs. Most of the folks around my office are already gone by 4 p.m. Not me, though. I crave that fluorescent lighting and recycled air. I needed that fix before the 2-day weekend. Anyway, I digress. So there I was, sound turned up slightly louder than a screaming crow, singing along to Whiskey Weekend. It had been that kind of week, and we know those weeks. Unbeknownst to me, one of our security dudes was just outside my door. He came in and said loudly, remember the music is kind of loud at this point, quote, what are you listening to? After I recovered from the jump scare and falling out of my chair and assuring the uncontrollable gut-laughing security dude I was not hurt, I said, "It's Boss, Blackout Superstar." A few other late Friday, early evening fluorescent lighting and recycled air addicts came in to see what the commotion was. They were pretty nosy with or without commotion. I had to restart the song. They enjoyed it. I showed them the video. A couple guys were genuinely worried that Ken hurt himself when he slipped out of the van. But back to your podcast. And by the way, if you watch the video for Whiskey Weekend, we were literally getting out of the van and doing the video. And we all stepped out and it had our names. And it was real dumb. Ken actually fell out and he legit fell and hurt himself, dude. Yeah, it was fucked up. So anyway, back to your podcast. I have wonderful paranormal experiences I can gladly share with you, as well as wonderful memories of the times I aggravated, annoyed, scared, made laugh, made pinch the bridge of his nose and shake his head, and of course made Ollie Boo smile. Following you guys on Instagram and subbed on YouTube. Thank you so much for that. Woo! Following on Amazon Prime Music as well. Do not have Apple, so I cannot give you 5 stars there. But I am telling other folks of this intriguing podcast. I love how it just flows with you guys. It doesn't sound scripted or rehearsed. It's genuine banter and the chemistry is great. I have listened to a few true crime and paranormal podcasts where it sounds like Ben Stein is talking, very monotonous. Bueller. She actually put that in there.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Or the people spend 45 minutes talking about their nails, or the espresso daiquiri enchilada latte with soy foam, half and half, and a 2% milk floater from Starbucks or something.
First of all,
that's your drink of choice, isn't it?
No.
No.
I have to refrain from talking about my nails constantly because, look at these.
Yeah, they are fantastic. You do have fantastic nails. Then they briefly talk about they talk about the topic. Then it's what they are going to do tomorrow. And stay tuned for the next episode about blah, blah, blah. Thank you guys for this great podcast. And if you want some beer suggestions, check out Old Rasputin if they have it up there. Pretty stout. Definitely like it. By the way, I've had that many times and it's delicious. Alrighty, guys. Thanks again for this podcast. The laughs you gave me and caused at work. Time to go peruse your website shop. Yes. Woo. Give Ollie Boo a big hug for me. He has no idea I'm sending this, so have fun with that. Yes. Enjoy these pics of this vehicle at the store. By the way, she sent pictures. I'll show you guys. It's like this pink, putrid, pink looking vehicle. Whatever. I'll show you guys. It's hilarious. All right. Your new podcast fan, Melissa.
Another Melissa.
Yes. Well, Melissa, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for introducing us to Ollie Boo. And that's awesome that you're listening and telling your people about it. And any paranormal experiences you have, please send them over.
Yeah, that goes for everybody.
Yeah, everybody. We'll read them.
Everybody.
Yeah. Everyone. Anyway, yes, we should.
Everybody. Somebody.
Sometimes. Damn it. All right. So, Melissa, thank you so much. Everyone else, send your messages into us. I'd love to read them. I think it's fun to actually hear you guys' feedback.
Yeah.
I also have another one coming that's a little bit different and that's pretty fucked up. It's a guy that's writing a book about his, what was that? What's it called when you need to be exercised?
Possession?
Possession. Thank you. Yes. He claims that he was possessed and gave us the whole story.
Yeah.
And I will be reading that one of these days when I get a chance to kind of
the whole story. Should we make that a bonus episode?
Maybe we could call him.
Yeah.
Let's talk to him about it.
Yeah.
He seems pretty stoked about it. He seems like, he's writing a book and whatever. So yeah, maybe kind of cool.
Let's do a bonus episode with him. We'll call him up. We'll talk to him. We'll see what happens.
And hope we don't get possessed.
Well,
okay. All right. I know this one's a little bit again. This is going to be a little bit longer of an episode, obviously, because we're already freaking 12 minutes in. So sorry about that. It's not normally like that, but I wanted to read that amazing message.
Yeah.
So let's turn down the lights.
Okay.
Adjust our seats.
Yep. All right. Hold on. Wait, before you do that.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I'm in the right spot so I don't look like an idiot.
Again.
More than I already do.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, go ahead.
Let's grab a drink. Today it's coffee for me because it's early.
It's like noon already.
Happy Labor Day, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, woo.
Yeah,
if you're working, well, sorry.
Yeah. And let's get spooky, but first, here's a toast to all you beautiful motherfuckers. It's gonna be a good show. I'm excited. Happy Labor Day. It's so good. Hopefully you're getting hyped up listening to this. You're in a good mood. You're off work right now and you're listening. And if you're not off work, we hope you're getting triple time pay for it.
Yeah. Also, can I take this moment to apologize to my wife and children for leaving them at the campground to come and record the show?
Sorry.
Love you.
Today we are taking a cross-country train ride to the great state of Colorado here in the United States of America.
Okay.
Yes. On a side note, fuck John Elway for crushing our childhood hopes and dreams.
Bastard.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, go back and look it up. What was it, 1984?
The Drive?
Was it 84? No. What year
was that? The Fumble? That was the
Drive. That was the Drive.
That was the Drive, yeah. The Fumble was against... Was that against Denver too, though?
It might have been.
Fuck Denver. God, the fucking Broncos.
Anyway, off to Colorado we go. And yes, it's for the weed.
Ooh,
well, partly. Yeah. No, partly. It's also to visit a landmark known to scores of horror movie fans the world over, the Stanley Hotel. Why, you ask? Because it's creepy, possibly haunted, and because we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yes.
It is our show, and we're going to laugh if we want to. Even if we do get snowed by our local
podcast, and we'll laugh if we want to.
Laugh if we want to. You would laugh too if you weren't a shithead. I don't know. Anyway, even if we do get snowed by our local entertainment paper for best local podcast.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, we weren't even in there.
We weren't even I don't want to get into
I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, we digress. Today's episode
it's going to go on the bottom of a bird cage.
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt for a while.
I'm going to use that as litter for...
That's right. Today's episode is about a hotel, but it starts with a man, Freelan Oscar Stanley. And with that, we dig into the history and creepiness of the Stanley Hotel. You guys know how we do it. We throw the nerd stuff at you first. What?
Is it a hotel, a motel?
Holiday Inn, say what? Freelan Oscar Stanley was born along with his twin brother, Frances Edgar Stanley, on June 1st, 1849 in Kingfield, Maine.
I wonder who was older. I didn't find that.
Oh, I don't know. It says twin, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, one of them has to be older, though.
Well, they can't come out at once. Poor mom.
Poor lady.
Although their family was not wealthy, education was highly valued and knowledge of science, poetry, and music were encouraged from a young age. In 1859, at the age of 9, Freelan and Francis started their first business together, refining and selling maple sugar. Pretty cool.
Nice.
At 11, their great uncle, Liberty Stanley, that's an amazing name, Liberty Stanley.
Can I just say, if you do a little bit of research into this family, their fucking names are like incredible.
I mean, Liberty Stanley?
Dude, they named like there's like a Ulysses Grant Stanley. There's like they named like everybody after, like most of the people in the family were named after historical figures.
That's amazing.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, Liberty Stanley, who had raised their father as his own son, taught them the art of violin making. Ooh. That is awesome, first and foremost.
I know there's a in Maine. They have I think they said it's possibly the first one he ever made.
Oh, no shit.
In like a museum, yeah.
That'd be cool to see, yeah. And by the age of 16, Freelan had completed 3 instruments. In 1883, Francis developed a machine that coated dry photographic plates. By the age of 16, have either of you guys ever like actually built a piece of equipment?
Yes.
A musical piece of equipment?
Yes.
You lying sack of horse shit.
I've taken a rubber band and put it on a cardboard box and made a guitar. Yeah. What are you talking about, dude?
I'm not talking to you.
I have done like from when I was 0 to 16, I did about absolutely 0, and then from 16 till now, I've done about the same.
Okay, at least you're
possibly less.
You're consistent.
Possibly less.
Yeah, done negative.
Yeah, you're consistent. You've done negative stuff.
I mean,
I went back in time. That's how lazy I am.
Most things I do are negative.
So, after receiving a patent for their process, the brothers set up a factory in Newton, Massachusetts to manufacture the plates.
This is where they've made all their money, pretty much. This is how everything started with them.
Yeah, they became very wealthy.
Yeah, you'll see why in a second.
Yeah, in the summer of 1897, they attended a local fair where they witnessed a French inventor demonstrate his steam-driven car. Oh. Apparently impelled by his wife's inability to ride a bicycle, Francis vowed to build something that his wife could ride. So awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The French inventor.
Oui.
Perhaps I know this guy.
Do you know him?
I don't know. What is his name?
Is his name in there?
It does not say.
Well, he must not have been that important then.
That means I probably know him then.
You probably do.
Yes.
Because you don't know anybody important.
That is fucked up. So the French inventor steam car was the driving force, get it, Francis needed. After the fair, the brothers began to develop a steam car of their own. The brothers formed a car company in 1898 and produced their first steam car, which was dubbed the Flying Teapot. Not the greatest name in the world, no offense.
I love it.
The Flying Teapot.
I think it's great, dude.
You get in the horn when you hit
Sounds like a shitty wrestling move.
The Flying Teapot. You get in the car and you hit the horn and it goes, I'm a little teapot.
like some wrestler, his name, he's like the Mad Hatter. And his finisher is the Flying Teapot.
Coming out now, weighing 275 pounds from Cleveland, Ohio, with his famous move, the Flying Teapot. It's the Mad Hatter.
Yay! I was going to hit the applause button.
You can't read it. Yeah,
I'm on the wrong bank, too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. An instant success, the car was easy to run and achieved a top speed of 35 miles per hour or 56 kilometers per hour for those of you that are far smarter than we are.
That's trucking, dude.
Yeah. Quite fast for the turn of the century. Its major drawback was the need to stop every 10 miles or so to refill the boiler. It had a fucking boiler on it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's a steam-powered car.
Oh, boiler. Oh, boiler. That's so funny.
You know what? Hold on a second. Just for that,
damn it.
I'm going to actually get up.
I have to wait for this. Nope, moving on.
Damn it. Punishment.
That's what you get.
The brothers sold their company after only a few months, but they returned to the business of making cars in 1902 when they formed the Stanley Motor Carriage Company. They staged various events to publicize their steam cars, including racing up mountains and racing against gas-powered cars.
Yeah, they set all kinds of records.
Yeah. Eventually, the Stanleys sold their photographic plate business to George Eastman and concentrated on the manufacture of their steam cars, which came to be known unofficially as Stanley Steamers.
And if you don't know who George Eastman is
he related to
Eastman
George
Kodak?
Oh.
Gotcha.
Ooh, so he became Kodak. Oh, they got Kodak money is what you're saying.
They got Kodak money.
Oh, boy.
They got Eastman Kodak money.
That's money.
That's where they made their money.
Nice. And Stanley Steamers is not to be confused with the Cleveland Steamers.
The carpet cleaner either.
Right.
Right.
Which I thought it was for the longest time, I swear to God.
I mean, it might have something to do with it. I don't know.
So the brothers continued to build race-winning steam-powered cars. In 1906, one of their cars, the Rocket, driven by Stanley employee Fred Marriott, set the world's record for the fastest mile, 28.2 seconds, which is a speed of more than 127 miles per hour.
In 1908.
In
a steam-powered car.
1906. Yeah, 1906.
In a steam-powered car.
Yeah.
That's fucking impressive.
I wonder if it like whistled the entire way. Like a teapot?
Like a teapot. That's why. Do you get it now? Why they call it the Flying Teapot?
Yes, I get it. Because it probably did.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking face.
And you could probably make tea in it.
He's got a little valve on it. Be careful not to burn yourself.
You ever tried to drink tea at 30 miles an hour?
Or 127 miles an hour. Fuck.
It's just flying out of the cup like, fuck.
Like, listen, that's a pretty incredible feat to begin with in 1906.
Dude,
but if he did it while drinking tea.
Making tea, just like, okay, just flying down the straightaway. Like,
he's just driving like, it's Earl Grey!
I'll tell you, though, you'd be holding it and it would just be flying out because the wind would be sucking out. He's like,
I'm trying to catch it. So in 1918, unfortunately, Francis was killed while driving one of his automobiles. Oh. He swerved to avoid an obstruction on a mountain road and plunged down an embankment near Ipswich, Massachusetts. Yes.
Gosh.
Not a good way to die.
You call me Francis, I'll kill you.
What? What is that from?
Stripes. And you call me Francis, I'll kill you.
And I'll kill you. Let me guess. You'll kill us?
Calm down, Francis.
Calm down, Francis. At the time of his death, the Stanley Motor Company had suspended automobile production to manufacture engines to pump out Allied trenches during World War I, which is awesome.
Nice.
After the war, Henry Ford's Model T soon came to dominate the American automobile industry, which, by the way, I've heard lots of stories of Henry Ford. Like, he was a pretty cutthroat dude.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he was a dick. You had to be back then, though.
Yeah. Developments in gas-powered engines and the limitations of steam cars signaled the end of the steam auto era. The Stanley Motor Carriage Company ceased production in 1924. So in 1903, at the age of 54, Stanley was stricken with a life-threatening resurgence of tuberculosis. That good old TB that seems to pop up in every fucking thing we do. Like, Jesus.
Hey, look, when you do historical things.
I guess. TB's everywhere.
It is.
It ran rampant.
I mean, what are you going to do, you know?
Not get TB, I hope.
Well, you know. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. So the most highly recommended treatment of the day was fresh, dry air with lots of sunlight and a hearty diet, which we've talked about before with some of the asylums and stuff.
Yeah.
They opened everything up because they wanted you to get that fresh air.
Yeah.
Because what else is going to cure you other than fresh air?
I mean, read on, bro.
I know.
There might be something to it.
There has to be.
There might be.
Therefore, like many lungers of his day, he resolved to take the curative air of Rocky Mountain, Colorado. He and Flora, that's his wife, or that's the one who couldn't ride a fucking bicycle.
Ride a bicycle. Well, to be fair, she probably had one of those ones with the giant front wheels.
The big wheel in the front. Yeah. Her dress kept getting caught in that fucker. Well, they arrived in Denver in March and were followed shortly by his Stanley runabout, which was shipped by train. After one night at the famous Brown Palace Hotel, Stanley arranged an appointment with Dr. Charles Bonney, the preeminent American expert. What?
The Brown Palace.
The Brown Palace. So anyway, he called this doctor, who is an American expert in disease. Dr. Bonney, a great advocate for home treatment, recommended to leave the hotel, our boy here leaves the hotel, for a rented house at the first possible convenience. Stanley spent the remainder of the winter at 1401 Gilpin Street, but when his symptoms had not improved by June, he was determined to summer in the Colorado mountains. Bonney recommended Estes Park, whose climate he compared with that of Davos, Switzerland, a posh resort for European tuberculetics.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, and I'm assuming that's the word for people with tuberculosis.
I'm just picturing like a really, really nice like health spa with people just fucking walking around coughing and hacking the whole time.
Hello, Margaret. How are you today? Oh, I'm great, James. Yeah, not funny making fun of tuberculosis, but
no, but that's like it's
been long enough. We're fine. All right.
Too soon.
Yeah. It's only been 150 years. Whatever. Shit, no more than that, right? Yeah, but whatever. Anyway.
Gives a fuck.
Yeah. On June 29th, Stanley saw Flora off by train and stagecoach while he set out in his steam car. Having gotten lost and spent the night in Boulder, Stanley arrived a day later on June 30th. During the first summer, the couple stayed in a primitive cabin rented to them by owners of the Elkhorn Lodge. Over the course of the warm season, Stanley's health improved dramatically. Impressed by the beauty of the valley and grateful for his recovery, he decided to return every year. By the end of the summer of 1903, Stanley had acquired property in Estes Park and, with the help of English architect Henry Lord Cornwallis Rogers, so his name's Henry Rogers.
And apparently his nickname is Lord Cornwallis.
Someone started, Lord Cornwallis. Your name's, for now on, Mr. Moody, is going to be Duke Fingerpuller.
I don't like that at all.
Doesn't matter. I gave it to you. It's stuck. Your name tag will be here on Monday.
You've already got your shirts ordered.
That's right. Shirts already done. So anyway, this Lord Cornwallis guy who the Stanleys had recently met, he began the construction of Rockside, his home in Colorado. Completed in 1904, that's the Stanley home, by the way. Completed in 1904, the Stanley cottage was built with 4 bedrooms, gracious living areas, and a modern kitchen so that Flora could actually entertain summer guests because they were socialites.
Yeah, they were absolutely.
Like super socialites. By 1907, Stanley had all but recovered, which is awesome. And we can make fun of him for coughing now.
There you go. There's something to that fresh mountain air.
Right. And
fresh mountain air.
Fresh. And he returned to Newton for the winter rather than Denver. Okay, because Denver probably going to be cold as fuck.
And fuck John Elway.
Yeah, and fuck John Elway.
The Broncos, fuck the Broncos,
Right.
fuck John Elway.
Right.
I'm going to Estes Park.
Right, absolutely. Fuck him.
Yeah. If you're listening and you're in Denver, we like you. We just don't like the Broncos.
Right.
We
Yeah.
like John Elway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
And his teeth.
Yeah.
Big horse tooth motherfucker. We're only salty because they fucking knocked us out of the freaking Super Bowl running.
Yeah, but just remember, they knocked us out, and then they signed Tim Tebow to be their quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. And by the way, every time I see like Denver in here, all I keep thinking is, man, that John Denver's full of shit.
Hey.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, I know. However, he in Florida.
My name is Florida.
Had become enamored with the beauty of the Colorado mountains, often comparing them in speeches with those rock-ribbed hills, ancient as the son of William Cullen Bryant's poem, Thanatopsis. Thanatopsis.
It's Thanos.
Thanatopsis.
Thanos thesis.
Thanos' thesis?
Thanos' thesis.
Is that the snap?
Maybe. It's Thanatopsis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what he's been saying, dude. You're not paying attention?
Not content with the rustic accommodations, lazy pastimes, and relaxed social scene of their new home, Stanley resolved to turn... I know, that sounds great to me. He decided to turn Estes Park into a resort town. Of course he would. In 1907, construction began on the Hotel Stanley, a grand hotel catering to the class of wealthy urbanites who composed the Stanley social circle in Newton. To power the new hotel, Stanley constructed the Fall River Hydro Plant.
This dude paid to have a fucking hydro plant.
So awesome. And again, this is 1909. Yeah. Which consistently brought electricity to Estes Park for the first time.
It's actually consequently.
And that's what I said.
No.
What did I say?
You said consistently.
Well, same thing. In 1909,
there's no water.
Their 100-room East Coast colonial-style house was unveiled, equipped with running water. Remember, this is 1909. Electricity and telephones. The only amenity...
It's only 7 numbers.
Remember? Can you call the other room? Which room? 2. Boop. 2.
I'm sorry, you've reached 3.
No, I'm sorry. Oh. I was looking for 2. Yes. Can you knock on the wall? The only amenity the hotel lacked was heat, as the hotel was designed as a summer resort, which
makes sense.
It makes sense in 2 ways. First of all, it's a summer resort, and you want the doors open and stuff like that. You know how much money they're saving on heating a 100-room fucking hotel,
especially in 1909.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and boilers, not having to put boilers in and shit like that. Like,
well, I mean, if anyone knew how to do boilers, it's this fucking guy.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's still it costs money.
He could have just put like 50 of those cars in the basement.
Remember all those old cars? Put them in the basement. It'll heat the whole place. Where's the fucking teapot? A 2/3 scaled down second lodge was finished a year later. While this might seem ambitious, it's worth noting the top floor was dedicated exclusively to children and nannies. Okay,
that's because all those people were like, "I'm vacationing. I don't want my fucking kids around me."
Yes, Mildred, take the kids and go upstairs.
Send them upstairs.
Yes, we don't
At
want.
least it wasn't the basement.
We don't want to see them for the next. How long are we here? week and a half, right? Right. Bobby, I love you. See you in a year. Anyway, so, and by the way, I guess it was just one big, huge fucking room, too, from what I was reading through and stuff like that. The top floor,
it was like a big, like, common kind of area.
Yeah, it just seemed like big fucking room. So the buildings were designed by F.O. Stanley with the professional assistance of Denver architect T. Robert Weiger, Henry Lord Cornwallis Rogers again, and contractor Frank Kirchhoff. The site was chosen for its vantage overlooking the Estes Valley and Long's Peak within the national park.
It is beautiful if you look at pictures of the surrounding area.
Dude, I love that area, man.
Yeah,
oh, my God.
Nice.
My favorite out there is Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs is nice.
It's so nice.
He's very big.
It's so nice.
He's so nice.
It's very nice. The main building, concert hall, and manor house are steel frame structures on foundations of random rubble, granite with clapboard siding and asphalt shingle roof. Okay, so it's what they had at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was probably like really nice at the time.
Right. Originally, Stanley chose a yellow ochre color for the building's exterior, which just looks like baby shit.
Yeah. I love ochre.
With white accents and trim. Every guest room had a telephone, and each pair of rooms shared an ensuite bathroom with running water supplied by Black Canyon Creek, which had been dammed in 1906. Ensuite.
Yeah.
I like all the posh words in this one, by the way.
So you had to share your bathroom.
Yeah,
you had to share a bathroom with a perfect stranger.
Yes. Yes, perfect stranger. Oh, Balky? Cousin Larry!
I don't even he's great at that, but every time I think about that dude, it's just Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. Oh, yeah, for sure. Which is the same character.
Get the fuck out of here. No, you get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's pretty much the same character, let's be honest. Guy. Whatever happened to that dude?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
He wasn't a Stephen King movie, actually.
Oh.
It was a really shitty miniseries, The Tommy Knockers.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
With really bad fucking CGI at the time.
Sounds fun. Yeah.
He was in that.
So anyway, every guest, again, they shared stuff and did whatever, especially the bathroom. So the floor plan of the main hotel, completed in 1909, was laid out to accommodate the various activities popular with the American upper class at the turn of the 20th century, and the spaces were decorated accordingly.
So they just sat around making fun of poor people?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Where are the children? I bet they're with their parents, aren't they? I just imagine that's how they all laugh. I don't know. Anyway, so the music room, okay, for instance, with its cream-colored walls, originally green and white, picture windows, and fine classical plasterwork, was designed for letter writing during the day and chamber music at night. Cultured purists perceived as feminine. So if you were to write letters and listen to orchestral music, that's a feminine thing. That's for women, right? That's what the women folk do.
I guess.
Right? That's what they're saying.
Sure.
And it actually goes into detail a little bit more on that. On the other hand, the smoking lounge.
Ah, yes, the smoking lounge.
Today, the pignon room and adjoining billiard room with their dark stained wood elements and granite arch fireplace were designated for enjoyment by male guests. That's right, men folk. We smoke cigars, drink whiskey, and play freaking pool.
That's exactly what you do.
It's billiards.
That is exactly what I do. I mean, it makes sense, right? What do? Do you listen to orchestral music and write letters?
Maybe.
Stanley himself, having been raised in a conservative household and having recovered from a serious lung disease, did not smoke cigars or drink alcohol. But these were essential after-dinner activities for most men at the time. Billiards, however, was among Stanley's most cherished pastimes.
Oh,
so he liked smacking around the old 9-ball. Yes.
Who doesn't?
With no central heating or ventilation system, the structure was designed to facilitate natural airflow, which is awesome.
Which is like the tuberculosis hospital.
Right. Yeah. The Palladian window at the top of the grand stair could be opened to induce a cross breeze through the lobby. French doors in all the public spaces open into verandas, and 2 curving staircases connecting the guest corridors prevent stagnant air in the upper floors. Every time I hear verandas.
Veranda.
I want you to go back real fast and think of the movie Spies Like Us. Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd.
I love that movie, yeah. I
Dan Aykroyd. No, it was Chevy Chase in the very beginning. He's at the FBI place, and remember, he was trying out to become a spy.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there watching a movie that was Ronald Reagan and Bubbles. I think it was Bubbles.
The chimp?
I don't know if his... No,
Bubbles was Michael Jackson's movie.
Right, so anyway, he had one. It might have been Bozo or something like that. I don't remember.
I think it was, yeah.
But all of a sudden,
Bonzo?
And I forget, maybe Bonzo. But anyway, in it, it's an old 50s movie, and they're like, said something about kiss him in the veranda or something like that. And he pops up and says it. Ronald Reagan does. And Chevy Chase is sitting there, like, eating with headphones on, laughing while his dude next to him is looking at him like, are you going to do the test? So every time, I don't know, that's really meandering off the topic right here. I'm sorry, but every time I hear veranda, kiss him in the veranda or something like that, I don't remember, but I go back to, anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. That's what we do. You know that. Anyway. So although the main hotel is now heated in the winter, guests still depend on natural ventilation for cooling in the summer.
Very nice.
Within a few years of opening, a hydraulic elevator was put in operation. In
Fucking elevator?
An elevator.
And they got everything.
Elevator go up the hole, elevator go down the hole. In 1916, the east wing of the main building was extended in the rear, adding several guest rooms. Around this time, the alcove of the music room was added. In 1921, a rear veranda, was enclosed, forming a room that currently serves as a gift shop. Around this time, it was added, around 1935, the hydraulic elevator system was replaced with a cable-operated system and extended to the 4th floor, necessitating the addition of a second cupola.
Cupola?
And it's cupola.
Francis Ford?
Yes, Francis Ford cupola. Anyway, it's basically the little pitch thing that goes on top that it's like its own little, it looks like a bell tower almost. Sure. Yeah. Anyway, I had to look that up again, even though we talked about it in another episode.
Did we?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so they did that to house the mechanical apparatus.
Yeah, you gotta have something.
Yeah. Originally a porte cochere.
Oh, yes.
Or a covered entrance large enough for vehicles to pass through. See what I did there? Anyway, it's just a big fucking door.
It's a gate.
It's
a big entryway that you drive through when you,
Right. It extended from the central bay of the front porch, but this was removed when the south terrace was converted into a parking lot in 1983. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Into a parking lot. Then in 1983, a service tunnel was excavated, connecting the basement level corridor to the staff entrance. That's awesome.
Right.
It is cut directly through the living granite on which the hotel rests. The concert hall east of the hotel was built by Stanley in 1909 with the assistance of our boy, Lord Cornwallis, the same architect who designed his summer cottage. According to popular legend, it was built by F.O. Stanley as a gift for his wife, Flora. The interior is decorated in the same manner as the music room in the main hotel and vaguely resembles that of the Boston Symphony Hall.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. with which the Stanleys would have been familiar. But of course they were.
Oh, sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Boston Symphony Hall is my favorite of all symphony halls.
I mean, is there any other?
I mean, have you been to Cleveland Symphony Hall?
It's not bad, actually.
Oh, I haven't. I don't know.
Pretty good.
Is it? Okay, sorry. The stage features a trapdoor used for theatrical entrances and exits. The lower level once housed a 2-lane bowling alley, which was removed during the ownership of Maxwell Abel, or
What a
Abel,
dick.
whatever. It possibly resembled the bowling alley at the Stanley's Honeywell Club in Newton, pictures of which are archived in the Newton Free Library.
Oh, good.
The hall then underwent extensive repair and renovation in the 2000s. Once called Stanley Manor, this smaller hotel, that's the other one he had built,
Yes.
between the main structure and the concert hall, again, is 2/3 scaled down version of the main hotel, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Unlike its model, the manor was fully heated from completion in 1910, which may indicate that Stanley planned to use it as a winter resort when the main building was closed for the season.
Yeah.
So he's
just
smart.
A smaller resort. Have
Right.
a few more people stay.
Wouldn't cost as much to heat and
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. However, unlike many other Colorado mountain towns now famous for the winter sports, Estes Park never attracted off-season visitors in Stanley's day, and the manor remained empty for much of the year. Boo. Today, it is called the Lodge and serves as a bed and breakfast that is off-limits to the public. Yes,
Well, what the fuck is it there
Yeah.
for then?
to bring guests from the nearest train depot in the foothills towns of Lyons, Colorado, Stanley's car company produced a fleet of specially designed steam-powered vehicles called mountain wagons that seated multiple passengers. So I'm assuming, anyway, going back to the not to the public, I'm assuming it's by invitation only
Well, where the fuck is my invitation?
in the mail with your new name tag. It's coming.
And my shirts?
And your shirts, yes. Upon opening, the hotel was alleged to be one of the few in the world powered entirely by electricity.
Boom.
However, lack of available power induced the installation of an auxiliary gas lighting system in June of 1911. On June 25th, the day after the pipes had been filled, yikes, an explosion occurred that injured a maid and damaged the structure, though contemporary newspaper articles differ on certain details. An article from a newspaper at the time stated the following here, and this is kind of funny how they are so different, like the two different
That's why I
articles.
wanted to put 'em in there,
yeah.
yeah.
So this first one says,
Plus, I just want to hear you say the
yeah,
word.
yeah, damn it.
I love
This
putting
one says,
stuff on
quote, the Stanley Hotel, built at a cost of $500,000, was partly wrecked last night by an explosion of gas. 8 persons were injured, 1 seriously. None of the guests were injured. Elizabeth Wilson of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, a hotel employee, was hurled from the second to the first floor and both ankles were broken. The other 7 are Negro waiters. Wow.
I just love making you uncomfortable.
It makes me uncomfortable. Ugh. Which I guess it's moving on. Jesus. Don't like that. Anyway, when the Lancaster paper reprinted the story, the editor noted that Elizabeth Wilson's name did not appear in local directories and she could not be identified as Lancastrian. Okay, so they were like, oh, wait, of all the things he said, she's not from Lancaster. You can keep the other thing in there, though. That's fine. Yeah. Jesus. Similar accounts in local Colorado papers give the maid's name as Elizabeth Lambert and convey various dramatic details that are not confirmed by other articles. The most comprehensive and detailed article on the incident appeared on June 29th in the Fort Collins Express and seems to be the most accurate, positively refuting that the maid had been, quote, hurled from the second to the first floor. The article said that this is their incident that they're claiming here. Quote, the chambermaid, Lizzie Leitenberger, totally different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Elizabeth is the least, right?
Oh,
Lizzie
yeah, I
Elizabeth.
guess. Yeah. Leitenberger, though?
No, that's way off.
Yeah. Had both ankles broken. It is thought from the concussion of the explosion and was thrown into a hole in the floor. She was not, however, thrown through into the dining room, being caught by the timbers and held until rescued. She was taken to a hospital in Longmont.
Hang in there.
She had been in the employ of the hotel ever since it was built and came here from Philadelphia. So just all kinds of conflicting reports.
Yeah.
And hey, and they didn't put the other stuff in. So,
Oh, that's good, too.
yeah, it seems nice. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, there's a reason for that if you read the rest of it. There.
Oh, boy.
It's,
The only other injuries mentioned in the article were as follows. Quote, 2 waiters also sustained slight injuries, one suffering a dislocated hip and the other being struck across the face by a flying plank. Neither of these, however, is in serious condition.
They didn't add that little part, though.
Yeah,
they just
that's
just
good.
called them waiters.
That's good.
It's nice.
I'm good. Good on that. We don't have to... Jesus, anyway.
What's he got to do with it?
Stanley operated the hotel almost as a pastime, remarking once that he spent more money than he made each summer. It was an invite-only gathering place for friends, and Homond, I had this word too. Homond, that's it. at the time. It's H-A-U-T.
Hotmandi?
No.
Is it Famunda?
It's Omand.
Hotmandi.
And meaning for fashionable society.
Ooh.
Yes. So, this podcast is most definitely meant for the Omand. No. Right. Or the exact fucking opposite. Anyway, the bougie bastards over here. John Philip Sousa.
Hey, just remember, there's more of us than there are.
That's right. There's more ugly people than there are pretty ones. So the renowned former U.S. military composer John Philip Sousa directed the band at the house's opening, which is pretty cool. This is fucked up, by the way.
I started laughing. I read this, and I was like, wait, what? And I had to reread it, and then I just started laughing. I'm like, wow.
His autograph on the bottom of Flora's piano, which Sousa actually tuned himself, was mistaken as graffiti by a tuner in the 1990s and fucking removed. They took off John Philip Sousa's fucking signature. That thing would have been worth so much money. Not that it's not now.
Can you imagine that guy, like, when he realized, when they were like, oh man, this sounds great. Hey, where'd old Sousa's autograph go? And he's like, I don't know. I didn't see it there.
Yeah,
somebody must have. I'm gonna go. I'm glad you like it. It sounds great. I'll see you guys.
Yeah. Don't worry about paying me. I'm out.
Yeah,
right, yeah. This one's free.
This one's on the house.
Yeah, pro bono for you.
Yeah.
Please don't kill me. Harry Houdini, the infamous magician, performed in the ornate concert hall. The trapdoor he used for his famous escape act still exists on stage. And while the men shot, pool, and drank, the women would gather for various letter-writing campaigns. The whiskey bar, now one of the state's largest whiskey bars, which is amazing, provided a common ground between the sexes. So you had your different areas. You had your writing room, and you had your smoke billiard room.
And then in between, everyone got fucked up.
And fucking drank that whiskey.
I like it.
Oh, it's so good. Love it.
Whatever happened to those days?
People happened those days.
I guess so. Like, whatever happened to the day where you just, like, you hang out with your friends, your wife hangs out with her friends, and then you all get together and drink whiskey.
We should start that back up. Can we do that? Can we start like a movement?
Maybe.
To do that?
I mean, we'd have to not do it exactly how they did it, because that's some sexist shit the way they're talking about it, but...
Well, shouldn't it be?
No.
What do you mean? They get to drink whiskey.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very sexy.
Why?
What?
Huh? In 1930, Freelan sold the buildings to a corporation who transformed the property into a hotel. With the nearby national park still growing, their success was minimal. After attempts at a revival, the property was sold to John Cullen in the mid-1990s. He's probably the guy that found the fucking... He's like, okay, listen, the only reason I'm buying this hotel is because John Philip Sousa's signature is on that piano in there, okay? Now, listen, do we have a deal?
He brought in
Yeah. We have a deal, right? He's like, yes, of course, because it makes it worth so much more.
Yeah.
Great. Now, I have a guy that's really good at, like, cleaning pianos. Yes.
He tunes and cleans them. It's wonderful.
Budgets were so stretched that at the time of the sale, the turn-down service consisted of the top bed duvet being placed on nails across the window because they couldn't afford drapes. So, like, we've all been broke before.
Mm-hmm.
You needed a curtain. Yeah. So you just take it and put up a couple nails and put it over your window.
What do you mean by broke before?
Okay, so you still have these?
Yes.
I can't afford sheets to put on the windows.
You know what you could use? The fucking newspaper that didn't fucking help us out.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Good fucking work for that, you fucking fucks.
Lousy fucks.
Just kidding if they happen to know who we are.
So, real quick, I did want to say, in between there, I guess the property changed hands a bunch of times. And, like, after he sold it, after Freeman sold it the first time, they tried to turn it into a hotel and it didn't work very well. And a couple of years later, they basically got foreclosed on.
Okay.
And Freelan bought it again, so he owned it again for another couple of years, and then he sold it again. And then after that, it was like just like a string of owners, and the place just kind of went to shit after a while.
So it just like how many? Do you know how many people like it went back and forth through?
There's a list somewhere. I believe there was probably up until present day, maybe like 8 or 9.
Oh, no shit.
From the second time he sold it to like present day, I think there was like probably like between 7 and 9.
And nobody can make it work, huh?
Not for a long time.
Wow. So this part coming up here is pretty awesome. We're going to start getting into the cool shit here. Not that everything
this is what basically brought the hotel back.
Not that everything we've been talking about. Because, I mean, do think about it. This guy is The guy had an amazing life.
Yeah.
Like invented some fucking really cool shit. So anyway.
Yeah. His dad was Liberty.
Right. Liberty, liberty, liberty. That's actually a fucking car place around here.
And no, it's insurance.
Yes, it's insurance.
Oh, it's insurance.
Liberty Mutual.
Liberty
No, there's
Mutual.
a Liberty Ford around here. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the Liberties in Seoul and
Heights.
whatever.
Parma Heights.
Brunswick.
That's the local one I was thinking of. So the hotel was not really in a great place for a while. That would change thanks in part to someone we've talked about before. This really fucking weird guy named Stephen fucking King.
Oh, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah. Heard of him?
I'm not familiar.
You know? You never heard of him? Oh, okay.
Do I know him?
He was, he wrote a couple books.
Then I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah. No, you don't know? Okay. Anyway. So King has told the story many times over the years. And by the way, if you're not familiar with Stephen King, please go back and listen to our episode on Stephen King.
Who's that?
We did an episode on this guy?
Yes, we did an episode. Anyway, moving on.
What was his name?
Stephen King.
Logan, do you?
Was he a Duke of finger bum as well too?
Finger pull.
Oh, finger pull. Oh yeah, that guy.
Finger bum is way better. Well, I gotta call and change that name tag.
Duke of Finger Bum.
We're that's a shirt. Write that down.
Just like
Hello, yes. Hello, I'm Duke of Finger Bum. Welcome. Anyway, so King has told the story many times over the years. In 1977, in a 1977 interview by the Literary Guild, King recounted, quote, "While we were living in Boulder, we heard about this terrific old mountain resort hotel and decided to give it a try. But when we arrived, they were just getting ready to close for the season, and we found ourselves the only guests in the place with all those long, empty corridors. So think about that. Think how big this place is, and you're the only one. You know what I mean? But which gives credence to what he ends up writing.
I'm the only one.
Yeah, Credence.
Wow. That was good.
The revival.
You like that?
Who walk across the fire for you. Dude, Melissa Etheridge is the shit. Yeah, loved her. Anyway.
Yes.
Love her. I don't think she's dead. Anyway, King and his wife were, I don't know. Whatever. King and his wife were served dinner in an empty dining room accompanied by canned orchestral music. Quote, except for our table, all the chairs were up on tables, so except for theirs. So the music is echoing down the hall, and I mean, it was like God had put me there to hear that and see those things. And by the time I went to bed that night, I had the whole book, The Shining, in my mind. So that's pretty awesome. That's where he got the freaking, you know what I mean? The whole book.
He tells some more stuff that's pretty cool too.
In another retelling, King said, quote, I dreamed of my 3-year-old son running through the corridors, looking back over his shoulder, eyes wide, screaming. He was being chased by a fire hose. I woke up with a tremendous jerk, sweating all over, within an inch of falling out of bed. I got up, lit a cigarette, sat in a chair looking out the window at the Rockies, and by the time the cigarette was done, I had the bones of The Shining firmly set in my mind. Fucking awesome. So awesome.
Good stuff, man.
Not only is it one of his best books he's ever written,
That's great.
but the movie they made off of it was one of the best horror movies of its time.
Even though Stephen King actually doesn't like that movie.
Right. Which is weird.
The book is way better.
Oh, yeah. The book's great. Dude, I'm telling you. And we've talked about it before. Like, what is it? The book, Christine.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. The movie, I like the movie too.
They're redoing that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't like redos. We discuss this all the time. Stop doing Is it like a reboot?
No, it's a remake.
Yeah, fucking hell. In the front matter of the book, King tactfully states, quote, some of the most beautiful resort hotels in the world are located in Colorado, but the hotel in these pages is based on none of them. The overlook and the people associated with it exist wholly in the author's imagination. So was he saying that basically because he didn't want... So he stayed at the hotel and got the vision.
Yeah, I don't... That part kind of threw me.
Did he just not want to, infringe on the hotel and get people freaked out about it?
Maybe so they wouldn't think that the hotel was haunted and
get defamation or something like that.
Yeah, saying, oh yeah, it was, and then the people are like, well, I'm not fucking going there.
Yeah. Unless you're us.
Yeah, yes. We'll go there.
And it's like, that's why we're going there.
I want to go stay there.
Absolutely. Especially in his room, and we'll get to that.
217,
yeah. So not only was this hotel the institution of the book The Shining, it was the location of the doll shot for the 1997 TV miniseries of The Shining. Not only that, the hotel was the filming location for another fantastic movie. It serves as the hotel that the dynamic duo of Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dunn stay in the critically acclaimed And one of my personal favorite movies.
Should have won an Oscar, really.
Oscar.
Best Picture.
Oscar contender, at least.
Absolutely.
The one and only Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mock.
Yeah.
Ing.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
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 Mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
Fucking love it. Several TV shows have also been recorded episodes there, and the band Murder by Death have played an annual winter show at the location since 2014. If you haven't checked out Murder by Death, they're awesome. I highly recommend their track, As Long as There Is Whiskey in the World. That song is so good.
Makes sense to play.
Yeah, it's so good.
Do they play that in the biggest whiskey bar?
I would assume. As long as there is whiskey in the world.
I've never heard that.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
I've never listened to those guys. I know of them. I've never heard them though.
It's like I guess modern kind of bluegrassy.
Oh,
but it's very slow in the beginning, where it's like ding 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 ding, and then it kicks in with the, as long as there is whiskey in the world. Oh, dude, it's so good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So you guys check that out. It's super fun. So King's novel is based on the famous Stanley Hotel in Colorado, like we said, but the exterior shots in the movie are Oregon's Timberline Lodge. Kubrick agreed to change the infamous room number from 217 to 237, which does not actually exist in the movie, because the hotel was worried people would not want to stay in the room in the future. Or it becomes so fucking iconic that you can't fucking stop people from staying there.
Yeah.
Ironically, room 217 is most often requested at Timberline Lodge, according to the hotel's website. Duh. All right, so all of that is well and good, but let's be honest. We're here for another fucking reason.
The weed.
And the creepy shit.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oddly enough, the history of the hotel didn't hold much to attribute to possible haunting or paranormal activity, but that hasn't stopped the belief of many people that the hotel is haunted. So let's check out some of the haunted spots and some stories. Are you okay with this, Logan? Do you need a blanket or anything?
I would like a nice tall glass of warm milk, if you don't mind.
What? You taking a nap?
Can I sit on your,
You know what?
Can I sit on your nap?
You know what you could get? A swift kick in the ass.
You can shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did that say? How about a nice warm glass of
Can I trouble you for a glass of warm milk? How about you trouble me for a glass of shut the hell up?
You're in my world now, Grandma. Read the name tag. It says Duke Fingerbottom. Fingerbum.
You're in Duke Fingerbum's world.
Oh, my God. So let's talk about, first and foremost, room 217, perhaps the most famed spot in the Stanley Hotel. This is where horror writer Stephen King spent the night and got the inspiration for his 1977 bestseller, The Shining. You can soak up the same Rocky Mountain views
Does
that
it
King.
say that on there?
No.
Okay.
I said that.
Did I put that?
Because do you want to get sued?
Yeah.
That's all. I always do that. So anyway, you can actually look out and see the mountains that he actually looked at. You know what I mean? Which is awesome. And an added amenity, which I think is fucking great. The room has a library of King novels in it. So you can literally go there, stay in his room, and like read all his books.
Can you?
Yep.
It's so dope.
Yep.
So dope.
Yeah.
God, I'm doing that. I have to. That's on my bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
The room is thought to be haunted by Elizabeth Wilson, a.k.a. Mrs. Wilson. And that would be the Elizabeth Wilson we talked about earlier, where they got her name kind of mixed up all over the place. Right?
I don't know. Read.
Is it? Fucking. It's called discussion, Moody.
I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. She was the hotel's head housekeeper, and during the storm of 1911 was injured during the explosion as she was lighting the lanterns in room 217. She survived, though broke her ankles, and her spirit seems to be a regular in the room. Guests have reported items move, luggage unpacked, and lights being turned on and off.
That's like a good thing, though. Like, if I came in, like, all my luggage, I'd be like, fuck yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, leave out a tip for her.
Yeah.
That'd be cool as shit. I'd be happy about it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And Mrs. Wilson is old-fashioned. She doesn't like it when unmarried guests shack up together, so some couples have reported feeling a cold force coming between them.
That's a poor choice of words.
Yeah, I didn't write that. They're in bed and all of a sudden, why is it cold?
What is that? Are you using lotion? What is this?
Jesus Christ. Oh no, it just sounds so horrible. And that's why people think we're classy.
That's why we're a hot Monday.
We are a hot Monday. A hot toddy. Okay, anyway. One of the biggest myths about the room is that it's never available, which is not true. You can actually book it and stay there if you have the balls. And guess what?
And
we're in.
I'm pretty sure you have to have a lot. I think it's expensive as fuck.
Oh, yeah, it's probably stupid.
I was reading
expensive.
that the rooms there cost anywhere from like $199, which, for a big fan, that's reasonable, to like $800 a night, which I'm assuming is probably that one.
Yeah, Logan, do me a favor.
Yes.
Look up the Stanley Hotel real quick and look for room 217 and let me know if there's a price on there.
And see how far it's booked out.
Yeah, and see how far it's booked out. Absolutely.
Because we need a vacation.
What was the room?
217.
Do you think she'd be pissed if the three of us shacked up together?
Are we? My little spoon? Am I in the middle?
Yeah, you're the lucky Pierre.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for you because if it is upset, it's going all over you, buddy.
It is going to come in between us.
It's going to come in between us. Hey, dude. Right nut. Hey, left nut. Who's the penis between us?
Dude, all the rooms there have 42-inch HD TVs.
So does my living room. What's your point?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's pretty.
I think Econo Lodge has that now.
All right, let's see.
The Red Roof Inn or whatever.
Let's book this, guys.
They'll leave the light on for you. What is that, a Motel 6?
Yeah, Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you.
Oh,
so the next one we're going to talk about here is the vortex. From an architectural standpoint, the staircase between floors in the hotel's main guest house is a stunner. It sounds beautiful, but the area has also been it's been dubbed the vortex, a natural spirit of energy. It's also known as the rapid transit system for ghosts that are known to haunt the hotel.
It's a natural spiral of energy, not spirit.
Oh, I read that incorrectly.
Yeah, you did. I actually wrote it properly.
Yes, a spiral of energy.
Thank you.
Spiral.
When I get it right, I want to make sure that you say it right.
It's a spider.
No.
Spider.
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's talk about the concert hall. There's a lot of paranormal hubbub said to be happening in this famed concert hall. Paul, one of the well-known ghosts haunting the Stanley, was a jack of all trades around the hotel. Among his duties, enforcing an 11 p.m. curfew at the hotel, which could be why guests and workers here get out, being uttered late at night.
Hey, baby, get out.
Get out. The area is also a favorite spot for hotel founder Flora Stanley's ghost to play the piano. That's amazing.
She did like the piano.
She's probably still pissed that they took that fucking name off there.
Oh my God, dude. I wonder if she haunted that guy for the rest of his life.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, if anyone got haunted for him.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. A few of Paul's antics here. A construction worker reported he felt Paul nudge him while he was sanding the floors, and tour groups on the Stanley Ghost Tour have reported he flickered a flashlight for them. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Another ghost.
That's actually the second time that's mentioned in this.
Yeah?
Yeah, it comes into play later, too.
Okay. Another ghost known to wander about the concert hall is Lucy, who quite possibly was a runaway or homeless woman who found refuge in the hall. She entertains the requests of ghost hunters, often communicating with them with flashing lights. Stanley historians, however, aren't quite sure about her pre-death connection to the hotel. So she's there. They just don't know how she got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she just needed a place to go, She's
yeah. Yeah. Why not? Sounds like a good place to be.
This looks fun.
Yeah. Room 401, more than a century ago, the entire fourth floor was a cavernous attic. That's the one I was talking about. Where the female employees, children, and nannies all stayed. Now, today's guests will report hearing children running around, laughing, giggling, and playing.
I'm officially out.
Yeah. So you'll stay in every room with that one? Sure. Plus, there's a famous closet that tends to open and shut on its own in the room.
That comes into play later, too.
Oh, boy. Room 428 here. Really, you get a badge of bravery for staying in any room on the fourth floor, but bonus points if you can book room 428.
Ooh.
Guests have reported hearing footsteps above them and furniture moving about, but that's actually physically impossible given the slope of the roof, the tour guides say. The real haunt in this room, though, is a friendly cowboy who appears at the corner of the bed.
All right, I'll stay in that room.
Maybe he's
why don't we each stay in one of these rooms?
That'd be fun.
That'd be dope.
Oh, you go in your room and you just hear, would you like me to put you to sleep?
Howdy, partner.
I could rock you a little if you like.
Yes, please.
You got any sarsaparilla?
Kiss him in the veranda.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
You like gladiator movies?
You ever been to prison? Jesus Christ, what are we doing? The grand staircase. From antique mirrors and portraits, there's plenty to distract the eye on the grand staircase of the Stanley. But it could also be a popular passageway for the hotel's resident ghosts. In 2016, a visitor from Houston snapped some photos on the grand staircase and, upon returning home and reviewing them, spotted an apparatus at the top of the staircase.
Apparition?
That is an apparatus.
Apparatus sounds better to me for some reason.
Damn it.
Like there's a clock just sitting here, like a ghostly clock. Apparition is what they saw. Yes.
That picture is posted. One of the pictures I posted today is
okay, so you guys can look on our social media, TikTok and Instagram and Twitter.
Well, it's on Instagram.
Okay, well, it's on Instagram.
I don't do any of that other shit.
Okay.
That's all you guys.
So the thing is, he doesn't remember anybody else being on the staircase at the time he was taking the photographs.
It's a pretty cool picture.
The ghostly image of a woman is at the top of the stairs, so it's almost like the brown lady. Remember?
Yeah.
Brown lady over in
Yeah, this one, if you look at it, there's encircled so you can see where it is. But yeah, it's just like it's kind of dim, but you can definitely make out. It looks like a person. I mean, definitely could be something there.
Definitely check that out. The underground caves. If you go on the 75-minute night spirit tour at the Stanley, you don't have to be a hotel guest to get in on it, but you should book in advance. It says your tour will come to an eerie halt at the end with a visit to the underground cave system. Workers moved about the hotel through the caves in the early days, so it makes sense this is a popular haunt. Skeptics will pass off the haunts as breezes from the historic piping and ventilation systems, but beneath the hotel is a higher than average concentration of limestone and quartz, which some ghost hunters believe help capture energy at the property. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Logan, you find any hotel rooms?
So I did, but unfortunately 217 is unavailable.
There's no price or anything on it though?
No, it's like completely unavailable. There's like no price, you can't even book it out like
that thing's probably booked
a year in advance.
I would say it's probably like so far in advance that they're just like,
you can get room 317 for a cheap price of $900 a night.
Jesus fuck. What about those other two rooms?
Like the basic rooms are like $300 for.
What about 428 or 401?
Yeah, look that up.
Those ones aren't available either.
Son of a bitch.
Those must be booked so far out.
$900. Well, plus tax, you're looking at $1,000 a night.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
That better be an ass kicker room, dude.
I better get that freaking in between.
That cowboy better help me out.
That's right. Yeah, you ever had a rub and tug? You ever see shampoo just slide down the crack of another man's ass?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now that we've talked about some of the hot spots, let's check out some stories about things that have actually, happened there.
Quote unquote.
Yes, I had tried to do it, but I had a couple air quotes. This first group comes from Kieran Johnson. All right, he actually has a few of them on here. He's had 3 separate incidents. Yeah. So he says, now I will share the 3 separate paranormal experiences that that have changed my belief in ghosts.
Yeah, he said he was a skeptic going in. Okay. Like there was a little bit before this part, and he's like, I was definitely a skeptic, and now I.
Awesome. So despite being a former skeptic, I came to the Stanley with an open mind. While I've seen orbs and have had several strange experiences that I can't explain, what I experienced on Friday, May 26, 2017 was certainly the most intense and frightening experience of them all. Ooh. This is experience number 1, a trolley by the door. Mm-hmm. At approximately 8 p.m., my partner and I came back from a quick trip to the grocery store. Out of nowhere, we heard the sounds of what seemed to be a trolley that was outside of our door. My partner immediately walked over to the door to see who it was. Okay. I thought to myself that perhaps it was room service, but I knew we didn't make any requests.
So by trolley, they mean like a cart, not like an actual trolley, like car.
Big train. Ding, 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 ding. What the fuck?
These people must be like British or something.
Shockingly, my partner looked through the peephole and there was no one in sight. Although what happened was certainly a shock to us. It wasn't enough to convince me that it was a ghost. At around 11 p.m., we decided to reach out to Miss Elizabeth Wilson or any other ghost that may have been hanging out in our room. Oh, so he's actually like trying to get in contact.
Yeah, he wants to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's trying to. Okay, that's so it wasn't like just a visit and some shit happened.
Right.
He's reaching out. Okay.
Right.
I figured that even if nothing were to come out of it, I can at least say I tried. I said to Miss Wilson, if you're really here with us, prove it. I repeated this a couple of times. This was the last thing I had said before I finally went to bed. Experience number 2, a big bang that woke up other visitors. It was around 2:30 in the morning when I was woken from a loud noise. Despite my partner being a heavy sleeper, the noise was loud enough to wake him up as well. The loud noise sounded like it came from someone who picked up a large and heavy object and then slammed it on the floor. Interestingly, it wasn't just my partner and I who woke up from this mysterious noise. Just a moment or two after we woke up, we heard other guests around the hotel speaking and whispering. I was so scared. I asked my partner to put the television on so I could just forget about it and go back to sleep. However, he didn't want the television on. He was more interested in finding out where the noise came from, then go back to sleep. A strange discovery the next morning. Oh. When I woke up the next morning...
Something came in between them?
Yeah. There was goo all over us. And it was cold, which is really weird. When I woke up the next morning, I saw a 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew on the floor.
Oh, nice.
Maybe. Is that where the sound came from?
Yes.
Read on.
Okay. My partner's soda somehow fell to the floor. Soda. Somehow fell to the floor in the middle of a quiet night. What's even more odd is that this bottle was loud enough to wake up not just my partner and I, but also other guests who were near our room. I don't believe it was the soda that caused the loud noise. I believe it was a ghost responding to our request to prove it really exists. Other guests who say they heard a loud bang here. Before we left room 217, so they stayed there.
Yeah.
I overheard a conversation between several people outside of our room. They were talking about hearing a loud noise late in the night. I spoke with a woman who told us she was staying in a room directly above ours. After I asked her about the loud noise, she said it woke her up around 2:30. The woman described the noise as the fall of a large barrel. According to the woman, there was another guest in room 324 who had also heard the noise. While on our way to check out, we ran into a young man who stayed in room 326 with his father. In addition to taking pictures of orbs that were floating outside of room 217, the previous night, he too said he was woken up from what he described as a loud boom. Okay, so could have been somebody that works there accidentally did something, or...
Did the boiler blow up again and somebody fell through the floor?
Right. Jesus. All right, so experience number 3, the creepy laugh of a woman.
Oh.
While I thought that the extremely loud and unexplained bang was enough to convince me that there really are ghosts roaming the earth, odd, one more thing happened that night. At around 4 a.m., I woke up and realized that less than 2 hours after the loud bang occurred, it was completely silent in our room. My partner was sound asleep. Just a minute or two after I woke up, out of nowhere, I heard the sounds of a chuckle from a woman. Interestingly, it sounded like the ghost was giggling just centimeters away from my ears. I believe that the chuckle had probably come from Elizabeth Wilson. Although it certainly was frightening and quite creepy to me, I was extremely tired. I quickly went back to sleep. For more information on the strange ghost story...
Sorry.
But anyway, if you want to check out this ghost story or whatever...
Yeah, there are some other cool stuff.
It's at oddietiesbazaar.com. All right. Or you can go to stanleyhotel.com too.
The other thing that I thought was interesting about that story is she said that she thought that it sounded like the giggle was coming like very close to her face. And there's a story later on that has something very similar to that happen.
Okay. So she actually goes on to say here, after staying just one night in the Stanleys, room 217, I went from a skeptic to a believer in ghosts. If I ever go back to this hotel, I will likely request another room with many reports of supernatural activity. However, regardless of what room you visit at the Stanley Hotel, if you come with an open mind, you just might have a paranormal experience you will never forget.
I wonder if you have to call. Like, they don't put those rooms on the website for specific, like you have to call and request like 217 or 408 or
none of the 400s, none of the 200s are available. Only like 300s are available.
So I guess the fourth floor, like those two rooms are supposedly the biggest, but I guess the whole fourth floor is like fucking creepy.
Yeah, that's weird.
So.
Yeah, that's weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
So this next one did not have a name associated with it, all right?
Nope.
Quote here, over the weekend, about 15 coworkers and myself had our company trip to the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, known for being Stephen King's inspiration for The Shining. Mm-hmm. We took an 8 p.m. ghost tour where we joined about 15 other people to get guided around the property and told stories about its history and creepy things that are said to have happened. Love it.
Yeah.
We were told to take lots of pictures.
That's a good business. That's a good company trip.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great company trip.
Have you ever had a cool thing like that with any companies you've ever worked for?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me either.
No. I just got a Jelly of the Month club. Sorry, I had to do it. Anyway, we were told to take lots of pictures, I'm sure, to try and, capture orbs or ghosts. Many green orbs were caught in pictures, but I don't think anything is as creepy as the photo taken by my coworker, a little girl in a hot pink dress who was definitely not on our tour. And apparently, years ago, a young girl between 12 or 13 by the name of Lucy was squatting in the basement of the concert hall, which is where the photo was taken, and discovered upon plans to begin some construction. She was forced to leave. The night got below freezing, and she froze to death. Aww. Everyone on my tour has vouched that the girl was not on our tour. Who wouldn't remember someone wearing that hot pink, obviously? The man pictured is our tour guide. No one would have been in front of him. I am convinced this is the ghost of Lucy. Just one more added note, though I doubt if anyone would believe me, but there was only one time throughout the tour where I felt any strange energy or feeling, and it was right here heading down to the basement of the concert hall. Here's your little kid ghost, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
So that picture, I did find that picture.
You did find it?
I'll see. It was like, it was attached to the article. I'll see if I can find it and post it, though.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Especially, like, it's so weird to me, too, that, like, it's in color, because most, like, ghost pictures and stuff are usually, like, black and white for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, because ghosts are wispy, I guess, or they're apparitions that don't, you know, actually fucking exist. I'm just kidding.
You know
Anyway.
what, dude? You can just fuck off.
What? Why would
Yeah,
I?
you heard me. I'll say it again. You want me to say it again?
What's that?
You could just fuck off.
Fuck what off?
Everything.
I can try. I don't know if I have the energy. It's a lot. Okay, so this next one is fun. Again, no name was presented in the article. This one says, quote, I'm pretty skeptical when it comes to supernatural or paranormal happenings, but one thing in particular really messed with my head. At the beginning of the tour, you follow tour guide. You follow the tour guide, whatever, to the music hall, which would often be occupied by children playing during the daytime. When you arrive in the hall, you are, and I know this isn't your writing. This is their writing. You are seated in the observation box and given an introduction of sorts explaining that none of the spirits or activity are angry or violent and that a lot of the activity was thought that to be of children, especially in this hall. So our guide asked to show by show of hands if any of the tour members are good with kids, to which I, along with 4 or 5 others, raised our hands. Everyone who raised their hands, she gave a dum-dum sucker to for us to hold out on our palm, so as if we were handing it to a child, and depending on the spirit's comfortability with you, they would supposedly pull on the sucker. The way this person wrote this is so fucking just all over the place. Some people claimed to feel movement. Some didn't feel a thing. I personally felt and watched this fucking sucker drag from the middle of my hand all the way off to the ground. What?
That's fucking
sucker.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh my, what? All right, that might fuck with me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got a sucker in my hand and all of a sudden this thing starts tugging it out of my hand.
Tugging at your sucker.
Yeah, tugging at my sucker. Lots of sexual connotations in this. That's weird.
A little bit. Hey,
All
so
right.
that's
Crazy though, man.
Do you guys want to go to this hotel? They do an awesome night tour.
That's the one we were talking about.
Yeah, but
How much
guess
is
what?
that?
Guess what? It's only $28 a person. It's cheap, right?
But you have to have like 100 people.
No, it's only 60 minutes long.
Oh, lame.
Yeah.
Well, a fucking plane trip, or the plane's going to take cost more to get out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus 900 for a room.
That's why you got to stay there.
Yeah, it's $3 cheaper if you're a hotel guest.
Wow.
It's what? $8
If you spend
cheaper?
$900, if you spend $900 on a room, we'll take $3 off the tour.
Yeah, first of all, you better give me a free tour.
Yeah.
It better be way over an hour, and there better be an HJ in my future.
Wait,
for $900.
Dad, you're kind of old. You have a AAA card, right?
What the fuck? Yeah.
Okay, it's a little cheaper if you're a AAA.
Oh, AAA. I have AAA.
Yeah.
It's a little cheaper for AAA.
I was thinking AARP.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, your ASCAP card gets you discounts on stuff too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't have one of those.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you have a card that shows off your ass?
Yes, my ass crack card. Yes.
Gotcha.
ASCAP.
ASCAP.
The songwriters. Anyway, moving on. Another fun story here. Quote, when I was a kid, the Stanley was just a pretty hotel with dumpy rooms. 1970s canary yellow and olive drab borderline crap hole. Yikes. We never stayed there. It was just a place to get a good, cheap lunch. Wow, this dude doesn't sound like he likes the place very much. Obviously, this was before the miniseries when it was still cheap and not haunted. Okay. Anyway, I'd screw around and explore the hotel because hotels are fun to screw around in and explore. My brother, my sister, and myself were wandering the hotel after lunch, poking our heads into open rooms and whatnot. Well, we round the corner of the hallway, and to our right is a small opening in the wall of the hall leading to a set of very narrow and steep circular stairs descending into pitch black darkness. None of us had the cojones to check it out. We wish we had. I never saw that staircase again. So the staircase just showed up?
I don't know. Apparently it was like in the wall, and maybe they were like maybe they closed it up and no one knows where that was at.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Another one here. My ex-girlfriend and I went there around New Year's a couple of years ago. I can confirm it is very haunted. On the 3rd floor, my ex turned white as a sheet. Turned white as a sheet after stopping in front of a particular door. I asked her what had happened. She said that something had ran their hand from her backside up to the nape of her neck. It was the cowboy. There was no one else around us.
Partner.
When the what? Descent? Dawson. What the fuck's a Dawson?
No fucking idea.
All right, whatever.
I'll look it up.
Got all the tour members gathered around the door. I would say tour guide. Is that what that is, right? Gathered around the door. She had the experience at. She began to tell the group about an apparition that likes to grope pretty young ladies and run his hand from their backside up to their neck.
Chainsaw.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. You mean Ollie Boo.
Ollie Boo.
All right, here's another one here. The ballroom. Quote, it's absolutely beautiful and haunted. My sister lived in Colorado for years, so one winter we were visiting, we decided to make the trip to Estes Park. Well, being the rule breakers we are in my family, we ditched the official tour and took our own. We came across this big room with chairs covered in white cloth. We decided to play ghost and drape the cloths over ourselves, pretending to be ghosts and take pictures. We, of course, thought we were hilarious. The ghost decided to delete every picture we took in that room. All the photos we took before and after were still on the camera. Just the ones where we were playing ghost were deleted. Weird placed. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's kind of like, how do you really explain that? Unless you're two dumb kids fucking around and not taking pictures correctly. They probably were taking the pictures under the sheet.
How come everything's black? I don't get it.
You dumb shits. All right, here's a quick one from an investigator. In a bathroom at the Stanley, the shampoo bottle was thrown into the tub once when we were investigating 1302 once. 1302? What room would that be?
I don't fucking know. 1302.
It's got to be 302.
So, well, no, it might be, there are other buildings that you can stay in. There's like, there's that smaller one that you can stay in, and there's, so I don't know if that has anything to do, like it might be the other building.
Oh, okay, maybe, yeah. I've had my voice recorder knocked over. As far as seeing anything with my own eyes or objects thrown at me, no, not yet. I think it takes a lot of energy for spirits to manipulate our physical environment, so it's rare, but it does happen. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Let's see here. One more. This is a retelling of a Coyote of Sisters.
Yes, the Coyote of Sisters. Was that the Coyote Ugly?
Yep.
Yep. Would you like to explain to me what a Coyote of Sisters is?
It's a couple. It's a couple of sisters.
Is it a couple?
Okay, so
Are they a pack?
So you know how I always have issues with the word some, and it always changes it to
I had
since?
to change it 4 times today.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Coyote is the other one that every time I do couple, for some reason, like who the fuck uses coyote that much?
That's so weird. Your
Yeah, I
phone
don't know.
does that, dude. Oh my God.
It changes every time some, it changes it to either since or fucking dinner.
On a side note here, Patreon. Sign up for Patreon so we can get Moody a new phone, because the phone,
my screen's fucked up.
The phone he's currently using literally changes the most basic words into senseless
doesn't make any
words.
sense.
That doesn't even, like, it turned couple into coyote.
So on a side note, it does that even when I'm not fucking. It does, because you know how it'll change words anyways, even if you don't swipe. If you type it in, but it does it even when I'm not fucking swiping.
Well, I'm not a 90-year-old man, so I don't swipe.
Ooh.
What does it have to do with being 90? That makes everything easier.
Not gonna lie, I swipe a text on my phone.
You swipe on Grindr.
Plus, you have an Apple phone, so you just got it like 20 minutes ago anyways, even though everyone else has had it for years.
What? Who?
Swipe.
Swipe?
Yeah.
Do I have that?
Yeah.
Apple phones have it now.
They've had it for.
They finally got them after like.
They've had it for a couple years now. But
okay,
yeah,
like 2.
They were a little late to the party.
I'm not going to mess with that. Anyway, so this is a Coyote of Sisters.
Yes.
Or a couple of sisters.
Or a pack.
Yeah. Doing a ghost hunt with numerous paranormal investigators from the Ghost Hunters TV show. And this was the show I actually liked, I thought.
Yeah,
right?
those
Ghost
were the
Hunters.
guys. It was like Taps or whatever they call themselves.
Yeah, they're from like the
they're
East
from
Coast.
like New England area. Yeah,
Okay.
those guys were cool.
Yeah.
Because they, 9 times out of 10, they'd be like, yeah, we didn't find shit.
Yeah,
like,
or they'll debunk the fuck
yeah.
out of it. Like, no, you didn't get anything yet.
Yep.
So, quote, our night started in room 401. I have to admit, I was a bit nervous. I'd never been on an investigation of this scale before. It didn't take long for things to start happening. Sitting patiently, my sister began to feel what she would later describe as waves of rolling chills that extended from her feet all the way up to her head, as well as the sensation that all of her hair was standing up on her head. Simultaneously, a fellow investigator's K11 or K2 meter, which measures electromagnetic frequency or EMF, began to light up, denoting a change in the room's electromagnetic field.
Unbelievable.
Dang, 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 dang. Sorry. Send me a last time. They didn't want that. Sorry. Anyway, paranormal or not, we were jacked, and the night was only beginning.
Woo.
Down the hall in room 418, my sister and I had our first encounter with an ovulus or ghost box or spirit box. At one point, the ovulus said Dawn, my sister's name, as well as dime, which is a word image that a fellow investigator had agreed to use as a trigger word to communicate with her recently deceased mother. That's kind of fucked up. This fucking box is talking to you?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Says your name. Like, so if we go to that thing and we're just standing there with a spirit box and it's just like, John.
I don't know.
What if this...
Oh, boy.
Fucking what if we had one of those spirit box things and we just heard, hey, baby.
That'd be the most amazing thing in the world.
Dude, I'd be like, all right, I don't need to ever see anything else again.
Yeah, we're good.
This shit is real.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Soon they go on to say, soon we were out of the main hotel and into the balcony of the property's music hall. Once our group got settled in, we heard shuffling sounds from the stage and main floor. At one point, a mini Maglite flashlight, which was set up to turn on and off with an ever so slight twist of its lamp head, turned on without assistance. This technique has been utilized on numerous episodes of Ghost Hunters, and yeah, they do that a lot. They'll kind of like set it there and see if it does.
Like you turn it until it's just off.
Yeah.
And then you set it, yeah.
Which it could just be.
Well, read on.
Whatever.
Read on.
This technique, again, has been used for them, yet continues to draw scrutiny from naysayers like me, John Sayer.
That I understand, because if it's that, you know, it could just be, barely touching, and every once in a while, you know.
Right. Was a spirit, in fact, making contact, or was the battery simply completing the circuit and turning on the flashlight's beam? Who knows? I'm still not sure, but I've certainly never experienced a flashlight turning on by itself like that before. I chalked it up as another new experience in a weekend of new experiences. But what happened next had to be the climax of our weekend at the Stanley Hotel. As our group shifted down to the basement of the music hall, which seems to be that's where most people see shit, my sister and I decided to separate from the larger group to check out an interior room with a door that a spirit named Lucy liked to close and had already closed several times so far that evening, even with a heavy upholstered chair propped in front of it. Dawn and I sat down with a handful of other investigators in the pitch black room and began introducing ourselves to Lucy, asking her politely to shut the door if she was present. It wasn't long before she obliged. I was literally about 4 feet away from the doorway when, sure enough, the door began to move away from the wall and toward the jamb, closing the door almost completely. Elated, we thanked Lucy for her efforts. Then we asked her to do it again, and after hearing rustling noises behind me and to my left, it happened again a second time. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I got a little goosebumpy on that one. Little goose pimples.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
The goose pimples.
Yes. Upping the ante, we put a chair in front of the door to see if we could get it to happen with the chair blocking the door's path to no avail. Of course not. Didn't you just say it takes a lot of energy for these?
Yeah. But she also said earlier that it had closed the door with a chair in front of it earlier.
Okay. A few minutes later, the group decided to try to get the door to close again without the chair to block its path, like it had 2 times prior. Moving the chair myself, I pushed the door tightly against the wall to ensure the door wasn't leaning forward, building momentum and closing due to some mechanical issues such as a faulty hinge. Makes sense. At least they're thinking of all these things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you like to see that,
right.
You know.
But I couldn't make it start a closing motion without a deliberate effort. Clearly, something had to be shutting this door, right? We asked Lucy a third time to please shut the door, and almost as if on command, the door began to shut again. About halfway between the completed motion, I yelled, "Slam it!" And that's exactly what happened. We experienced the door shutting a total of 5 times, a 4th time after asking Lucy to give us a sign she wanted us to leave, and the final time when the door closed behind us as we were leaving the room. Oh, what?
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
it's just like, now get the fuck out.
Yeah, I did what you wanted. Leave, bitches.
Yeah.
Before long, we were off to famed room 217, the one that had King himself, that Stephen King had stayed in, the one that had inspired King to write his book, you know, The Shining, that we've mentioned 30 fucking times in this.
What's that?
Huh?
Who?
The book.
I still don't know who this guy is.
Stephen King?
About the comic?
I don't get it.
Yeah, he's an author.
Oh, he wrote the action novel, right?
He wrote many leather-bound books.
The novellas?
Anyway, and the one that the impetus for coming all this way in the first place. So it was the reason they wanted to go to this place because they've heard rumor, right? Purportedly haunted by an extremely tidy chambermaid, the host investigators purposely littered random items across the bathroom floor in hopes that Mrs. Wilson would tidy up during our time there. Interestingly, my sister heard something in the bathroom almost immediately upon turning the lights out. It turns out that a photo taken before the lights were turned out would show the items had indeed moved from their original locations. Coincidence? Could very well be. This is what they're saying. But hard to argue.
What the fuck is that a coincidence?
Yeah, I don't know how you really get a coincidence out of that. Yeah.
Unless she said maybe the noise, and I don't know. Like, how does that, like, how do you take a picture of something, turn the lights out, stand there for a few minutes, hear a noise, turn the lights back on, and shit's in a different spot. How is that a fucking coincidence?
Seems pretty on point to me. Jesus. But anyway, she said, or they said, hard to argue at the same time. As 1 a.m. came and the night's investigation ended, the activity continued even into the next morning. Up at 6 a.m. to pack up, check out, and make the drive back to the airport, I heard the distinct sound of female laughter. I immediately thought, who would be up at this hour, especially after a long night of investigating? Then something told me to check the closet, the bathroom closet. I really didn't want to look, but I did anyway. My heart skipped a beat when I saw a plastic access panel to the crawl space behind the closet removed, now laying precariously in front of the opening. A quick glance into the space revealed the customary plumbing and electrical works. But why the laughter? Was it children playing in the hall? Was it coming through coming through all the way from room 401? What exactly caused the panel to become dislodged from the screw that was holding it in place anyway? The questions raced and the answers eluded. It really was anyone's guess, and considering where I was and the weekend I had just experienced, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it could be cool little coincidences and stuff where maybe that was already down.
Maybe it was already off. Yeah. But where'd the laughter come from either way?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We got to go. Oh my God, it sounds so amazing. Yeah. The only way we're going is if we get room 217.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. Or one of those 400s. Those sound pretty good too. She was in one of those. She was in 428 maybe, I think it was.
420, that'd be perfect for you.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Especially in Colorado.
In Colorado, where it's legalized.
Legalize it.
So that's some crazy stuff. What do you guys think about the Stanley Hotel? We know this is a little bit longer. We got in some really cool shit.
I thought it was going to be longer. I think we went through it pretty quick, though.
Good. We thought it was awesome. It's actually something I wanted to do for a while. But you know what time it is?
I do.
It's everyone's favorite time of the show.
The end?
Damn it. The movies!
And now, boys and girls, it's your favorite part of the show, the movie review. Which top 10 movies will make the cut today?
Yeah, it's the movies.
Doing the Charleston over here.
Come on, see? I feel like it's appropriate for this episode, especially.
Absolutely.
Old Stanley and Flora would have loved it.
Yeah, and just thinking about like the scenes from back in the day in The Shining, where they're like the old timey scenes where he's at the bar talking to the bartender and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we were talking about the very best and worst Colorado horror films to watch this Halloween, basically says.
Yeah.
So we're just going to say the worst and best Colorado horror films.
There's 9 on this list.
Nine
times.
And listen, if you guys are from the Colorado area and if you've been to this hotel, please let us know. If you've had any inkling or if you know someone that has, we really want to hear what you guys have
and if you haven't been to this hotel, then just don't tell us anything.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Seemed counter-conducive, but okay, whatever. So this very first one on here, this is actually one of Moody's favorite movies.
That's not the first one. You got to scroll down further.
Oh, I thought that was
it. Starts right there.
Oh, never mind. Well, this is actually one of our favorite movies.
It is. No, it works out there either way.
And of course, it's The fucking Shining.
Yeah.
Of course, you guys all know about The Shining. It's where, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Interesting tidbit. I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
Interesting tidbit about that.
Yes.
Is so in the American version,
yes,
it says all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Yes.
So what Stanley Kubrick did for that scene, because he knew that it wouldn't translate properly into other languages.
Okay.
He actually went through and made sure that when they did the translations in the movies and the overdubs, that he picked out a phrase in all the languages.
Holy shit.
That would make sense in the same way.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
Like, I know, like, or at least have the same kind of effect, like that he's, like, I know I remember the German one, the phrase that he used in German was, like, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today.
Okay.
Like that kind of, and, like, there was a bunch of different, there was, like, in all it listed, like, 3 or 4 different ones, but.
That's cool.
Yeah, I guess he went through and listed and made sure that the phrases that they used in the foreign translations actually made sense in the movie.
Yeah, you guys, you have to see it if you haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen it, I don't know what's wrong with you.
It's on Netflix, bro.
You just got to watch it. And I actually just watched Dr.
Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. It was okay.
I've heard it's all right.
It was all right.
It's him grown up, right?
It's him grown up, and he's got The Shining, and these people are chasing him down because they consume The Shining so they can keep their Shining.
Oh,
yeah. So
like a Highlander.
Because if you didn't know what The Shining was, it's actually just like ESP. It's like a a sense.
So, you can talk to people.
Right.
Like near your mind.
Yes. Yes.
From long distances as well.
Right.
Yes.
So this movie obviously stars the one and only Jack Nicholson.
Correct.
And Shelley Duvall.
Yes.
Olive oil.
Johnny.
Olive oil, right. And it's just
some little kid.
It's a great fucking movie. Just go watch it. I'm not even going to get into it. The next one on the list is Cannibal the Musical.
This is one of my favorite movies, yes.
This is what I saw.
It is my favorite Trey Parker and Matt Stone movie.
Yes. Trey Parker, Matt Stone, those are South Park creators. The South Park creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, made Cannibal as a student project. We've actually discussed this on other lists before, too. While attending the University of Colorado in Boulder in 1993, despite initially low expectations, much like South Park, it began as a short trailer. The movie has proven itself a sturdy enough black comedy and horror film to warrant stage adaptations at theaters around the world, including Denver's own Bug Theater.
Yep.
It tells the story of the real-life Alfred Packer.
Who we did a bonus episode on.
Yeah. Wait, did we?
We did because we talked about him during the, we did the Donner Party.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And we talked about him because of the cannibalism thing.
Oh, yeah.
And we did a bonus on him. That's when we talked about this movie.
Yes.
Yep.
I do now remember. Yes.
Yes.
Who confessed to cannibalism after getting snowed in traveling through the San Juan Mountains in the late 19th century. We cannot, however, recommend using it as a historical resource, it says. True story. I've never seen it.
It's so good, dude.
I've never seen it. I'm going to have to watch it.
It's fucking funny. Yeah. It's a musical. It's legit. I mean, it's the songs.
It's amazing. I think I can convince my wife to watch it. I'll just be like, you want to watch this musical with me?
Yeah.
Like Moody said, it was great. Like it's a really good musical.
Yeah, you got to leave Moody out. You got to leave Moody out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't put my name in it.
As soon as you put his name in it, she's gonna be like, yeah,
I'll be like, I heard about or I read about this new musical we got to watch.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be amazing. Guarantee I either get punched.
The opening scene, she's gonna be like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, or she's gonna leave the room and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, literally the opening scene, she'll probably walk out.
So this one here, and the next one is Snow Beast. This 1977 TV film, which is always great, has accrued a minor cult following in recent years as it's widely available in the public domain. Oh. It was both set and filmed in Colorado at locations in and around Crested Butte Ski Resort. It's unintentionally hilarious in all the best ways, leading the comics in Denver's late mile high sci-fi outfit to spoof it, the Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Nice.
At live shows while issuing limited edition posters that are approximately 1,000 times more accomplished than the movie's own terribleness.
That's awesome.
They say it's like one of those movies that's so bad
it's good. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, now here's one I have seen.
Oh, this is a great movie too.
Strange
I saw this
Land.
in the theaters.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Really?
Dee Snider, best known as the lead singer of "We're Not Gonna Take It." No, we ain't gonna take it. That was my Dave Chappelle version of Dee Snider singing Twisted Sisters.
I knew instantly too. I'm like, why is he saying? Oh yeah.
Anyway, he's a lead singer of Twisted Sister. Wrote this modern primitive horror flick about torture and the nascent dangers of the internet, and it's based loosely on some of his band's early 1980s music. Filmed in and around Colorado Springs and Denver, including at the latter's church nightclub. It's set in the fictional town of Helverton, Colorado, where the sadistic Captain Howdy, played by Snider, is wreaking havoc.
Yeah,
it's craptastic on nearly every level, but
I think it's a great movie.
But remains a time capsule of 1998's digital anxieties and our fetish for serial killer procedurals.
It's true, though.
It's pretty dark, especially when it came out.
It's pretty dark, man.
When did it come out?
Mid-90s, probably like 97.
98 maybe?
Does it say? Yeah, it just said 98, something like that.
The soundtrack was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking twisted. I'm not going to lie.
It's crazy.
You guys get a chance to watch that. Yeah. This one, whatever. Phantoms.
Like you the bomb of Phantoms, yo.
So bad. Author Dean Koontz has often been called the poor man's Stephen King, but there's no apples to apples comparison for Phantoms, his worm-ridden mashup of supernatural horror tropes. Set in the fictional Colorado ski town of Snowfield, this is a cabin fever meets the Thing tale of people versus environment with an ancient evil manifesting in frequently eye-rolling ways. A respectable cast, including Peter O'Toole, love him, Rose McGowan, meh, Liv Schreiber, and Ben Affleck.
Liv Schreiber's not bad.
She's all right. is more an indication of where those actors' careers were in 1998 than the actual quality of the script. As a bonus, it was actually filmed in the former mining town of Georgetown, about 45 miles west of Denver. Quote, I guess it's kind of cute in a dorky sort of way, McGowan's character Lisa Paley said of Snowfield. Just you wait, Lisa. Yeah. It was okay, I guess. I mean, it was, you know what I'm saying? Here you go. I don't know where he is. We'll have to call him one of these days. But this is not George A. Romero's 1985 zombie
Also,
classic.
On a side note, I said Liv Schreiber's okay, and you said she's all right. Or I said he's great. You said she's all right.
It's a dude.
It's a guy.
Yeah, I was thinking of Liv.
Tyler?
No, who was I thinking of? The chick from the Scream movies. The hell's her name? Damn it. It's going to drive me crazy.
Nev Campbell?
Nev Campbell. That's who I was thinking of for some reason. Yeah, he's actually the guy from Jaws.
No.
Right? No? Who am I thinking
That's
of?
Roy Scheider.
Okay, who the hell's the...
You ever seen the movie Goon?
The hockey movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, he's the guy that at the end the two fight each other.
Oh, okay.
He's like the main guy that he's trying to fight the whole time.
Okay, got it. Sorry about that.
That's Liv Schreiber. He was also in a TV show that was pretty popular.
MASH.
No, he's like a detective or something.
Family Matters.
I can't think of it. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Hawaii Five-O?
No, not at all.
So, Day of the Dead here. This is not George A. Romero's 1985 zombie classic.
That wasn't Colorado.
Set in Leadville, filmed in Bulgaria and Los Angeles. That said, it's enjoyably corny watch thanks to ham-fisted catchphrase, written script, committed if awkward performances from stars Mina Suvari, Nick Cannon, and Ving Rhames. Day of the Dead is one of those films that looks like it was released a decade before it actually was, and we mean that in a bad way. I actually liked it a lot. I thought Day of the Dead was cool.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, you know. Next one up, we have Aliens versus Predator, Requiem.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
That movie, cuckoo.
We need that noise for everything that we hate.
The first Alien
Just a
vs. Predator
fart
wasn't
noise.
terrible.
Yeah,
It was all right.
No, it was cool, like with the little like cliffhanger at the end with the the alien popping
And
out of the
I
Predator.
never saw this one.
But you don't like see the Predator alien hybrid thing at all in the second one.
It's just
you
so...
see shadows of them the entire time.
I'm not even going through this because I thought it sucked. So anyway, it's Alien versus Predator Requiem. Just go watch it, whatever. Yeah.
Or don't.
Yeah, or don't. Next one up, though, would love this fucking movie, The Hateful Eight.
Interesting they consider this a horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, what's your definition of horror?
Thriller, I guess, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't really, I don't know. I don't really consider it a horror movie. It's more of a suspense, I would say. Suspense, action. Or
Yeah,
not
but I
even
mean,
action.
there's a lot of fucking murder in it.
Yeah, so
that is
doesn't mean
horrible.
it's a horror movie.
No, again, it's your depiction of horror, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
You know.
Still a great movie, though.
Yes, so it's The Hateful Eight. Okay, so this grim, bloody Quentin Tarantino dramedy isn't exactly a traditional horror film.
Hey!
But its ever-ratcheting suspense, trademark gore, and stark settings place it neatly in line with movies like The Shining, while still allowing it to comment on the poisonous side of the pioneer mythos. Quote, what happens when almost every single character is a self-reliant, self-interested frontier man? So, of course, Scahill said that, quote, that's kind of the horror of it, even with Tarantino's self-indulgent dialogue. Lots of dialogue in it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what Tarantino does. Whether you find it thrilling or tedious, Hateful Eight, set in Wyoming but filmed in part outside Telluride, is a sprawling character study that turns the dial up progressively on a semi-frozen octet of grizzled loners. And this movie... You got that TB over there?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So it's got...
I was going to say, I didn't think it took place in Colorado, but it was filmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Sam Jackson, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, one of my favorite actors of all time.
I mean, dude, it's just a great movie. It's freaking phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
This one, I'll always know what you did last summer.
Is that like the 9th one of those they made?
I don't know. And this is the last one on our list. Set in Colorado, but shot in Utah. This 2006 finale to the I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy was direct-to-video clunker that holds an impressively sad 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. You won't recognize any of the actors or locations, but you will get the sinking feeling you've seen something like this before, however vastly superior it may be. If fishermen with hooks scare you more than evil clowns or ghosts, you should probably still avoid choking down this bitter, boring pill.
That's amazing.
Oh, man. That was rough.
All right.
Yeah, that was rough. So, yeah, those are the movies, buddy. What do you think of that?
All right. I actually liked several of those movies. It wasn't a bad list.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that some of those were in Colorado.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not a bad list.
So, like, well, no, I guess Cannibal the Musical takes place pretty much all in Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, There you go. Those are your movies for the week. And I tell you what, now we're going to get into the new part of the show that we're doing, and hopefully you guys are into it, and hopefully we can help. This is, we're doing the missing. All right, so this is our new segment. It's the missing, and we are going on to the charleyproject.org. And last week, I think I misspelled that, so I apologize to them. It's CHARLEY Project, Charley.
Okay.
Yeah, my daughter's name's Charlie, and I think I just kind of confused the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically every week they put up a missing person on this, and it's all missing people is what this website is. And we felt that if we can get people to listen and possibly help, that'd be awesome.
I mean, you never know. Something might sound familiar to you.
Right.
You know?
So this person today is Kevin Anthony Prasad, missing since September 15th of 2010. Wow, almost coming up on freaking, 11 years?
Yeah.
That's oof. Missing from St. Petersburg, Florida. He's basically classified as lost or injured, missing. He, obviously a male, Asian in race. Date of birth is August 22nd, 1981, so he'd be 40 years old. I don't know why it says age 29 years old. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, height and weight, he's 5'10", 145 pounds, Asian male, black hair, brown eyes. His details, Prasad was last seen in St. Petersburg, Florida on September 15, 2010. He went for a swim at Fort DeSoto's North Beach that day. He was swimming with a friend about 250 feet offshore, headed for the Shell Key Preserve, when his friend lost sight of him at approximately 3:30 p.m. Prasad never returned to shore, and an extensive search turned up no sign of him. He is presumed drowned. But remember, just because he's presumed drowned doesn't mean he necessarily is.
Right, correct.
Okay, Prasad moved to Florida from Trinidad and Tobago with his parents and sister.
Tobago.
That's Tobago?
Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
Or Tobago, I think. It's one of the two.
Okay, either one. With his parents and sister in 1997, he graduated from Lakewood High School in St. Petersburg and attended the International Academy of Design in Tampa, Florida. He dreamed of becoming a fashion designer. At the time of his disappearance, he was working in customer service with the American Automobile Association. Hey, there's your AAA.
Yes.
And unfortunately, his body was never found. If you have any information, you can call the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office at 727-582-6200. And that is our missing person of the week.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you guys know anything, if you hear anything, keep your ears to the ground. Keep looking to the skies, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how the whole thing works. Anyway, so passengers, we hope you enjoyed your ride with us on the Stanley Hotel. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Very informative, and I like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I think the information is very...
Now you all know that it costs $1,000 a night to stay there. Hope we could help.
Glad we did that for you. It's so messed up. Yeah, it's so expensive. So next week, guess what?
What?
We're going to be staying on the paranormal train for a minute.
Oh, really?
We're going to be getting into...
What do we got?
Ghostly landline calls.
Ooh.
Like phone calls from ghosts.
Really?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. All right.
Now, listen, depending on the amount that's there, we might throw some other cool stuff in there with
it.
Yeah,
Don't you fucking worry.
Yeah, we'll make it cool for you. So make sure you join us next week. We're going to be talking about that because apparently this is a phenomenon I didn't even know about.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
Just to piss you off?
What?
I'm going to give you 2 hours of the history of the fucking phone service in the United States.
Alexander Graham Bell and his entire history.
Whole thing.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Please don't do that. Anyway, join us here next week, and we will be talking about that. So
That's cool.
Yeah, make sure to stop over to our official website, themidnighttrainpodcast.com. At our website, you can buy some super sweet merchandise. And we're at our store. And by the way, I put up some new merch this past week.
Did you put up the new Duke finger bum?
Not yet. I gotta get it done. We just came up with it today.
Yes. I know. I'm just keeping it fresh in your mind, though.
Yes, I will definitely do that.
You know what? Where's my?
But there's some new shirts up there right now. There's a couple. I put some hats.
Good ones. My daughter wants the one with our faces on it.
Yeah, that's
She's
amazing.
Like, will you buy me this? I'm like, okay.
Why do you want a shirt with Daddy's face on it? She's proud of you. That's why. Anyway, all kinds of cool stuff over there. So make sure you do that. And guess what I got this week? My subscription to Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch.
If you don't know about Dr. Squatch and you're new here, guess what? They're changing the way that men approach hygiene by providing all natural, high-quality, healthy products like bar soaps, hair care, colognes, beard oils, and more that make you feel like a man and smell like a champion. All soaps and products are made right here in the U.S. using the finest all-natural ingredients, not cheaply made or harmfully mass-produced. And to be honest, they're not cheaply made.
No, not at all.
Like I've dropped my soap. Sounded weird.
Hey,
I've dropped it a few times and it's never, you know how sometimes it'll get that dent in it or it'll break. Nothing.
No.
Nothing. Love it.
Good job.
So listen, to
Quit
get
dropping the
20% off your first subscription, just head on over to the midnighttrainpodcast.com/sponsors. Click on the banner and use promo code DSC Squatch 20. That's DSC SQUATCH 20. God, I screwed that up. Or it's going to be in the show notes to get the best damn soap. Yeah, you can literally just go to our website and click on sponsors. It's
easiest
right there.
way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And listeners, keep asking how they can help keep the steam in our engines. Well, if you like what you hear from us, please consider being a producer of the show. Become a pooper. Head on over to the midnighttrainpodcast.com and click on the Patreon button at the top of the page.
Yeah.
Or go to patreon.com/the Midnight Train Podcast. For as little as $5 a month, you can get all kinds of shit like custom shirts, custom stickers, posters, bonus episodes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, the
Episodes like the ones we talked about earlier, all kinds of cool stuff. And by the way, I set it up now where you will be getting every 3 months a new custom sticker. Poopers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Including a custom pooper sticker.
Dude, you got to have like an official pooper membership.
Yes,
sticker.
that's it. You're a pooper and you get a sticker.
You'll get your Duke finger bum sticker coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's for $5 a month, man, and you get all the bonuses, and we get discounts on stuff, and you're gonna get stickers, you're gonna get all kinds of cool stuff.
Episodes, you get early viewings of things that we do.
Like the documentary. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that. That will be available for everyone else. I'm thinking here within a week or so.
Hey, fuck those people.
Dude, all I gotta say though, is if we make a Duke Fingerbum sticker, it's got to stay what is the safe from fucking Duke Fingerbum? That's what it's got to be.
We're doing a hashtag safe from Duke Fingerbum.
Yes.
Okay.
No, he's not stepping on my fucking toes. Fuck that guy. Fuck his world up.
Or it should just say something, since it's a sticker, like, stick it here, Duke Fingerbum.
That's even better.
You know what I mean? Like, or you can stick it. I don't know. We'll figure something cool out. So anyway, if you guys are a Midnight Train fan and you want to support the show, that is the way to do it. I mean, obviously listening, we love you guys doing that very much. And, but take it that one step further, get some free, some bonuses and shit like that. It's, it's fun time. For those of you that would rather do the one-time donation thing that Moody likes to do all the time.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Any amount of money, we'll send you the sticker.
Any amount of money.
As long as you're not a Patreon producer.
You can send it over to PayPal and use the email address, themidnighttrainpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you just want to send us any information on anything, that is our official email address, themidnighttrainpodcast@gmail.com. Also, you can easily like, subscribe, and rate us on your favorite podcast platform. And most importantly, share the Midnight Train to everyone. It takes only a couple of minutes, and word of mouth is how we're going to keep doing this and keep getting more in depth and bring you more episodes and do more cool shit. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Abso-fucking-positively.
Right. So don't forget to follow us on Twitter at The Midnight Train OH, on Instagram at The Midnight Train Podcast, on TikTok at The Midnight Train P, that's the letter P, on YouTube, The Midnight Train Podcast. We cannot thank you enough for all the love and support we have received. You guys really do keep it moving for us, and we love it.
Yeah.
I look forward to this every fucking week. Every week. It's like I do legitimately look forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, that makes one of us.
Yeah, well, that's good. Thank you all so much for listening. A very, very special thank you to our fearless Patreon poopers. To Spencer Dunlap, Jacob Cook, Maggie Brothers, Albert Lopez, Miles Campbell, Brian Gunsman, Margaret Atkins, Colleen Cox, Pumpkin Escobar, Mac Doherty, Gina Madison, Janet Sherrill, Laura Randall, Chad Flint, Cheryl Pierce, Chris McLeod, Justin Kowalczyk, Rob Webb from the Funbox Podcast. Please check out the Funbox Podcast.
Yep.
Christina Skelton and Jessica Bartolome from the Sister Skelton Podcast.
They're doing Killer Children. This is their new one.
Oh, shit.
So I'm not listening.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, so make sure you check them out.
Fun one.
Those ladies are awesome, so make sure you're checking their podcast out. Maria Gibbs, Chainsaw.
What the fuck?
Jigsaw, Craig Spurlock, Rick Resler, Courtney Batchelor, Katie Brabenick, and our boy Bill Birch.
Oh, good for you.
If you want your name to be mentioned on the show and you want to support the show, become a Patreon pooper. All right?
Pooper.
Other than that,
real quick,
yeah,
we're going to end on a happy note.
Yeah?
While we were recording this episode,
yeah,
my wife, my wonderful wife, who I love so much, sent me a message, and it was a video. And I was like, what's she sending me videos for? Did somebody like die at the campsite? What the hell happened? She sent me a video. My son is now riding his bike without training wheels.
Hey, give him an applause. Where's the applause?
He does.
at?
You know what? He does get an applause.
Yeah.
There it is. She sent me a video of him riding his bike without training.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
And he's killing it, dude. He's just like whipping around. I'm like, yeah, all right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to go.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say before you get out of here, Logan?
Shut up.
I gotta poop.
Okay. Thank you so much. Stay safe out there, passengers. We'll talk to you soon. And as always, choo-choo, motherfuckers.
Go home and get your fucking shine box.